Good evening, Speed Gaming 2, and welcome to the championship of the Super Metroid Link to the Past Combo Randomizer Tournament. We have Osse versus Ivan, two excellent runners. Should be a lot of fun. My name is Tracy M. With me today is Apathy Duck. How are you doing, Duck?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm fantastic. I'm really looking forward to this matchup. Osse, no stranger to these finals, has done very well in a lot of the tournaments. Ivan, not new to either game, not new to the Super Metroid community, but is new to a final and has made it through. And he gets to try and knock off Osse, the reigning Speed Gaming Live champion.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Ivan predates Osse on both of these games.
Oh, for sure.
The oldest of old boys, as it were. But yeah, Ivan, like early on, maybe a little easy to understand him, even though he's definitely really good in both games. Hasn't really like seriously speedrun in like years, and he mostly just shows up for the tournaments. But like you said, he's a really good player in both of them and has done really well. In this tournament, also was in the co-op tournament, so he's been playing consistently for like 4 or 5 months now. So.
Yeah, this is like May, June, yeah.
Yeah, Osse tends to. You'll see. Ivan doesn't really join like the weeklies as much if there's not a tournament. So Osse is definitely around a lot. Obviously, just most people consider him to be one of the top, if not the best player. So I mean, even if you ask Ivan, he would probably say that. In fact, I have asked Ivan, and he said that he definitely expects Osse to be the favorite here. But it's randomizer; anything can happen. I mean, Ivan is the smallest of underdogs, I would say, in this, but definitely a slight underdog.
Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment. Yeah, and hoping for Ivan that he doesn't have to wait so long for a mirror today, and even more so to actually get like, boots.
Yeah. Do the standard first check that everyone does. Just does take a hit there, so we are going to get different tree pulls here. Tier 3 is not strictly better than Tier 2. Tier 3 can be something complete garbage, like arrows or something, and then Tier 2 could be 8 bomb packs, so... like, generally try to preserve Tier 3 just because it's kind of easier to get to later on if you want to get like a third tree pull in, but it might work out for Ivan.
20 rupees.
Well, never mind. They're exactly the same.
Ever.
Unless
yeah, it's very confusing. Well, it's very confusing because the way it worked. Because apparently, I used to think there was just a preset automatic Tier 3 pull at the beginning, but apparently it's the rocks from the Octoroks that count as enemies being killed. So, oh, a nice bomb drop for Osse there.
Oh, is that what it is?
We get bombos and arrows. So no good item for the escape, so we're just gonna save and quit.
Yeah, I was about to say, wouldn't be surprised to see the divergence right here. Osse does like taking, if you have one bomb, he likes to go south. I know he said he took this against Agina against me, because I'm kind of a fan of this play, but if he gets something early, like just any bombs whatsoever, he will delay, so Ivan doesn't have that option. He got the 3 in sync, but at that point you're just going to go over anyways.
Yeah, and nice to get those 3 bombs in sync, and it has $80 to do everything he needs to do. Not quite enough to do bottle vendor and buy more bombs if he needs more bombs, but chances are he'll get 20 rupees somewhere. There's 50 free rupees that they'll get, so that would put him pretty close to just a red 20 somewhere will get it for him.
And that's exactly why you do this. I was going to say, it's unlikely to pay off, but if you're going to do this anyways, it can pay off. Bottle is kind of one of the things you're looking for. Flute's the other one. Or just anything else to kind of delay it even further. So Osse almost forgetting Dam, having to walk all the way back.
Those high jump boots?
That was a bottle. Oh, up
No. In Lumberjack.
I didn't see, but Ivan's kind of got a grin on, so it might be.
I don't think we're getting high jump boots today unless Ag is required for Dark World. So.
Yeah, Osse didn't have them last game either until very late. But at least this time his opponent also won't have them. So.
But we will get space jump, so it mitigates things a little bit. It does mean that missing those high jump boots, while still painful, it does mean that you won't have to do like anything weird and worse from the game to get up there. No need for spring ball jumps or bomb jumping or whatever your preferred method is without high jump boots is.
Yeah, high jump boots aren't required for a lot of stuff. Would have been possibly for space jump that it would theoretically been required for like upper Norfair or something, but if that's space jump, then they're pretty much dead.
Again, unless we have to do Aga for Dark World Access, which, ironically, I believe... Well, last seed that Ivan played yesterday was a logical Aga seed. It was not a hard required Aga seed. I want to say Osse recently had a...
Yeah,
was that the one you
was.
played? Yeah, you had the hard required
was,
Aga for Dark World seed. Those are so rare, but they do happen.
Yeah, theoretically, you could have technically gotten to the hammer on Lower Norfair, but we weren't doing that.
A little too tight a hell run, huh?
Yeah, I don't even know if it would have been physically possible. Like, it was...
There's our first Power Bomb pack. Guaranteed to have at least one Sphere 1 Power Bomb pack.
So if bottle... not bottle vendor, but a sick kit is something that's going to be big for Osse here. Could also just, I mean, if nothing else, it's just that's something you're going to want to check at some point. This is just going to be a little bit of an easier check for Osse. Ivan might have to, you know, come do it at some point in more awkward situations. So it could just be like a 10 to 15 second time save snagging that bottle early.
Right, Osse gets his space jump. Looks like he won't ever get to find out about the high jump. Unless he does it with boots checks later. I know that's the way you like to do it. And I kind of like to do that too if my resources are good and I don't have to, you know, do a bunch of tree pulls and crab checks and stuff like that.
People always say you get the tree pulls and crabs in here anyways. Like,
yeah, you do. And we did get a sword in the well, so we have some firepower. And a lamp from the bottle vendor.
Yeah, nice to have early. Does have some logical implications. May force an earlier Eastern or escape than these players normally would have done because it's logical access for both of those.
Yep. Also nice to have a fire source because who knows when the fire rod shows up. Sometimes that fire rod, sometimes that lamp is actually not skippable. So every once in a while, fire gates fire. And Ivan does have enough money to buy some bombs for himself, which, you know, I mean, at 3, you don't necessarily need to because he's got the sword for Mini Moldorm, but it's nice to have the extra. And one of the nice things about having the capacity packs is that when you buy 10 bombs, you sometimes actually get 10 bombs. Even though you had started with 3, you end up with 13.
Yeah, it's nice to have like 15 for, especially like early on. You can really go through your bombs. Also can be useful on like a fighter sword vidi later on.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, library gonna give us a flute. Okay, now I really hope we get some boots because that flute is something you definitely want to get. Not hard required in this randomizer. Almost ever. Like I'm trying to think what would make it hard required. I mean, I could certainly see a hell run to avoid picking it up. I don't think anyone's gonna do that.
Yeah, it would have to be like a very early, like very early on. You're supposed to like Mitch probably show up and you have to get to the back door very early for some reason.
It's a good one. And Ivan wants these super missiles. I mean, it's your first pack, so yeah, I can see picking them up.
There was definitely an eye roll there where he kind of realized he was priced into doing it, so.
And Ivan can take that sword straight to the escape.
Yeah, again, with the lamp, makes sense here. It is logical. We haven't really found anything else. I do like trying to put off like South Shore and Eastern until I know a little bit more. So I like this call here with what we got. And we'll see if he decides to break the back. If the first chest is a key, then it's all going to be on logic anyways. If not, he may end up stealing it.
Yeah, the stealing the key play is something I actually would have liked to have seen a little more often in when the combo happened, because like one player would go all the way down and be like, okay, well there's nothing but trash down there, let's go check the back. But it is a little more of a risk here. The nice thing is you're gonna get your key back since this is not a key sanity mode.
Okay, so all right, he's not stealing the key.
He could steal the next key. You don't see that very often. I mean, you see that sometimes in cross keys, but it is something he could do. But I don't think you. I think you just steal the front key in this case.
The front, or you're not stealing, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean maybe with mirror, but no mirror to be found yet.
I mean,
so.
The only thing I could say, this is I was going to say this before, but it is the championship match. I would expect a little bit more skips here. You know, mine Aussie's match came down to 30 seconds, so
Yep.
wouldn't be surprised to see a little bit more of aggressive play. So I could see like maybe, yeah, well, maps there now. So
no, yeah, maybe if that's not the map, you might consider doing something goofy like
and then
that,
you just abandon
because you
Zelda
hope
Cell.
the map is in Zelda Cell. And
Aussie making the same play. We'll see if he decides to steal. The back is just so quick to get to, and with it being out of logic, like it's not the best. Like the best thing you can ever steal there is a glove, and it's pretty unlikely.
I mean, the nice thing is with finding the map on path, guaranteed either the small key is going to show up to get you to the back, or an item will be at Dark Cross. So you're not going to be like going to Dark Cross and picking up a map. And we do see a mushroom.
Yeah, I kind of think that's the problem with not stealing here is like, yeah, Ivan still has to do all this like death warping to the middle and everything. So like, honestly, stealing's not that much longer at that point.
No,
because it could.
really.
I mean, your progression could be. I mean, it could be the key, and then it's just fine. But yeah, Aussie's making the same play.
But yeah, if you went to the back first with that key, then you just go back to the front later, or right away afterwards, you can just save and quit out of Zelda Cell. So yeah, it's probably pretty close to the same. If this
I feel like you're priced in to checking this when you come here anyways, so the steal is not much. Like if you didn't have the lamp, right, then that makes a lot more sense. But since this is in logic now, then I don't know. I feel like it definitely ups the value of stealing. Or the key is going to be here, and then this is faster overall. But nope.
No, just art piece.
Yeah, there's going to be 2 in the back with the key then.
Okay, I think we're gonna maybe see some South Shore here. You're definitely gonna want to do this before Eastern if you don't have a bow, so. Or maybe do I don't think so. So the mushroom turn in, we talked about this yesterday, like the mushroom turn in. I expect both runners to try at least to save that mushroom turn in until they're gonna go into SM. It's really nice because then you can just reset to SM if it's nothing and save and quit and reset to SM if it's something.
Yeah, I just like I feel like saving.
There's only so long. There's only so long you can wait. Like at some point you just gotta check it regardless of whether you're going to SM or not.
I honestly I'd rather just rush the check here and just don't worry about it. Or at that point you can go ahead, since you've pretty much cleared out a lot of light ward, you could do the 2, especially with Space Jump now putting the ceiling in logic and normal. You could reset it that way, but like I just want to worry about resetting it. I would just hand it in and then come to this stuff later.
I mean, I like to say early fetch quests and late fetch quests tend to bring out the most, so. And that's certainly an early one. I mean, in some sense it's not. Like, you see, it's not unusual to see like a 2-hour escape check, so. So, I mean, it is early available. It is, But, yeah, not, but then we do already have it in the first 10 minutes, so. Oh, a hook shot's really nice. A book.
Shot doesn't get us anything.
It's nice to have, and we'll get us stuff. And silvers. That's a pretty good mini Moldorm cave. Not a huge fan of getting the book.
Saving and quitting out of mini Moldorm when you still don't have progression.
Yeah, he didn't do Ice Rod Cave yesterday either in semis match.
Yeah, but he already had morph is the issue.
Yeah, he had stuff.
He hasn't. The only thing he's found that's immediate progression is Space Jump and Mushroom, and those are and Book, and those are both like potentially only 1 check each. I guess Ivan hasn't come to Desert at all, so he doesn't know about
this
ledge.
Well, I mean, it's 1 chest in Desert guaranteed, and then the ledge, and for him, Aegina as well. Silver is really nice to have, but we don't have a bow yet, so not much we can do with them. And Osse looks like he's going to head over to Ice Rod Cave, because he's already done 1 of these checks.
Yeah, like I said, with you getting so thin at this point, I think you kind of have to go over here, because you haven't gotten morph, you haven't gotten glove, like nothing's really, you have hookshot, like just a glove will open up a lot, because now you already have hookshot. So the fact that you've gotten no immediate progression except for like 1 offers, like, I really feel like Ivan should have done this. Granted, Osse already knew about Aegina, knew about ledge, so that reduces the value of this, so.
And what does Ice Rod have for us? Arrow capacity. So not the answer.
Yeah, so I
So
probably
it's
won't see
either
Ivan do this till
eastern
very late
area.
game.
Yeah, so it's either eastern area or in desert.
Or SM.
Or yeah, it's true. Now two checks in SM. I mean, it's always two checks in SM, and both of these runners would be able to do the D boost. But yeah, they'd have the space jump to actually put it in logic.
Yeah, I mean, they also know that like any like speed, high jump, any of those things will put to the second item in logic, which makes me a little bit concerned about having to go there and do it. This is also a pendant, so it feels kind of bad to be in here no matter what. You don't even get like good scouting info.
You got missiles. Okay, so wait, desert, not the answer.
Yeah, Osse coming to escape, or sorry, Eastern. Pretty much either this or the SM checks. You could argue do the SM checks to maybe put off Eastern, but Osse's not that scared of doing an Eastern early anyways because it is Sphere 0. And especially with that lamp really hasn't paid off for you. He hasn't checked Mushroom. I kind of would have wanted to see the Mushroom check at this point.
Yeah, that's what
We're gonna
Ivan's
see from
doing right
Ivan.
now.
$60.
I mean, it's 60,
Right.
you know.
I mean, you're not going to put it back, but...
Yeah, if we get something to put Zora in logic and Zora ends up being the answer, he'll be 60 rupees further along. We should see if Ivan resets this and does the SM checks, or if he'll just save and quit and go to Eastern if this is nothing.
Yeah, at this point, I feel like either one is a fine call. Just the blue boomerang. Really debating whether picking that up. It's nice to have. Honestly, I'd rather have the blue boom than the mushroom. Like,
yeah, I mean, it's a it's a stun weapon. It's good, but not really progression. Doesn't really get us anything. Yeah, looks like Ivan is gonna make his way over to Eastern. Get his $60. Maybe the game will be nice, and with that big key, give us the so-called God Eastern. Like the next 3 checks will be items. We can skip the big key chest. The in logic big key chest, by the way, because we have a lamp.
We do also have a hook shot, which does make Eastern a little bit quicker. Probably a good 10 seconds.
Mostly
quicker.
Right here.
But completely right here.
And for Ivan, I think he still has the bottle turning.
Yeah, again, that's what I was saying with Osse. Even if it's nothing, like Ivan might be baited into turning it in at some point, especially with this drying up so fast. So even if it's not a big thing for Osse, it just might save him a good 10-15 seconds. Or if Ivan just goes there by itself, it's like probably like 30 to 40 almost.
Yeah, you hope you get something to pair with, like well, you're not getting the flute unless the boots show up, but that actually would pair in nicely. You could pick up your flute from the library on your way up to activate the flute, check the bottle.
Yeah, and then I mean, boots would give. I mean, I said glove would give us Death Mountain. Boots effectively gives us Death Mountain too, because you know about that.
Yeah, that's right.
So I would not be surprised to see boots pop here, or in SM. But yeah, it's probably either boots, glove, or morph ball next.
Yep.
We're too far from any Dark World, so like Moon Pearl isn't really going to show up yet.
I mean, it could show up, but it's not the current progression. We're nowhere close to. Okay, take it back. We're one sword away from Aga or a Cape. Because that would be a fun way to start things off. But hey, they'd get their high jump boots then.
Yeah, honestly, like the seed is narrowed down so far that the next progression item could be a sword.
Yeah. Okay, Osse's gonna go to desert, because I think that's all he has left in Link to the Past.
Yeah, I think for Osse, I would rather just this reset here, honestly. He's already done this check. It's potentially only one item. Oh, he's going to be doing... Okay, no.
Oh, no, he's doing mushroom.
He's doing mushroom. I think he's probably doing mushroom into the reset, so...
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think he was planning on this reset. I feel like maybe a little... He probably wanted to do Eastern first anyways, so...
I mean, Eastern was, you have Saha. It's at least 5 guaranteed items. And I think they did end up with 6. And Osse sees that boomerang. He decides he does not want it.
Cowards.
And he's going to dodge Desert Palace and those missiles, which is good for him.
Yeah, this is definitely the correct call. Except with him already doing the early check, this is correct.
Yeah, I agree. For him, it's just literally just the one item in Desert. And
yeah, I mean, if you
Ivan's
look at it
gonna be
holistically, it's at best case scenario, it's 2 items either way, but Desert might only be 1.
Yep.
Plus, it's a pendant, so you don't care about it. Maybe if like it was a crystal, then you would get the scout information whether boots are required.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty valuable, especially with knowing about food. But it's pendant, so you don't really care. So, gonna be an SM pretty much the same time. Ivan's kind of technically a little bit ahead because he already did the desert check, but Osse just may be able to avoid that for the entire seed, so.
And, well, Ivan also hasn't done the bottle, but should be able to pair that in with
glove.
something, and it's a glove.
Yeah, so that's.
And with lamp, that's Death Mountain.
Weird that it's. I really expected it to be up top with that spaceship popping early.
Yeah, so did I.
Okay, it could be something else here.
Could be. Nope, just art piece. Osse says, nope, don't need it. Honestly, getting that ceiling item with space jump is a pain. It is faster in my opinion. Just use the D boost.
Yeah, I probably would have just gone the D boost there. Anyways.
I mean, if it was an item you wanted, but yeah, it's a. I don't think you'd have picked up the heart piece either. Now we get to do a almost vanilla climb. I mean, usually you don't have space jump for it, but like space jump, honestly, would make this really, really slow if you didn't do wall jumps or ledge grabs. So you don't see that very often in SMZ3. See both runners go up this climb, save and quit to Sanctuary, and make their way to the Death Mountain, because there's really... I shouldn't say there's nowhere else to go. Osse could go to Desert, but that would be dumb. Ivan could go turn in the bottle, but that would be dumb.
I wouldn't be surprised to see back of Escape first here. Yeah.
Yeah, good call. I think now that you mention it, I would be surprised not to see it. Apparently, I would have forgotten it if it were me. And then would have kicked myself when the thing I needed was there.
I mean, you got a hook shot, you got lamp. It's almost certainly up there, but you're going to be doing this at some point anyways.
Yep. Yeah, and it is not the answer. And Osse not remembering that the last item had to be a key, but yeah, not a big deal.
Let's see if Ivan remembers.
Yeah, he does.
Same time.
Ah, yes, Osse remembering that earlier tree pull. Get some extra money just in case Zora becomes a thing. Because, yeah, that glove opens up Zora as a possibility, too.
Either Osse did get hit earlier, or he was just figuring out what tier... Because I thought he got 2 to 3, which was also Red's early.
Yeah, I mean, I know in co-op, half the time it seemed like me and Ace would try to get one of us hit and the other one not. And sometimes, even though it seemed like one of us got hit and the other one didn't, we'd end up with the same tree pull. And I'm not sure if that's that we were wrong about getting hit, or if it's just possible to have the same tree pull. Yeah.
Yeah, there's 3 independent rolls on it, so you can double up.
And we get blue mail, which is nice. It's a nice safety. Not gonna turn that down. And Osse gonna go straight over to the east side.
Yeah, it's the tier 1s and tier 3. And if it's the Octorok thing, maybe that explains it, is that you're not getting enough Octorok kills, so... It's still in the tier 1, which would explain a lot, actually, now that I think about it.
I've been getting bullied by these boulders, oh my.
It's actually pretty impressive that he managed to get up here.
There you go. There we go. There's our morph ball.
Yeah, honestly, for Ivan, I would have just gone across like Osse did, like this being one off, and you'll probably have a chance to do it with like Norfair or something later. Just
yeah, I like this from Osse. The one nice thing about doing this from here is you can go way. Well, he didn't go as far. Oh, he's gonna do the Norfair check right now. I was gonna say you can go way far over, and a little unfortunate because he's not getting a morph ball here, but he can go way over and avoid all the enemies.
Gets morph ball bombs. It doesn't really matter at this point because we have space.
I mean,
still nice to have. You're not gonna turn them down, but it doesn't change.
With only, I would disagree with 5 power bombs. I think having those early bombs is really nice, actually. But yeah. Oh, hey, I think we're gonna see some sequence breaking.
That's almost. He's like 1 E-tank short.
Yeah.
To get that. Wait, no, you can do it on 3 with high jump. I don't. Probably with space. Yeah, space jump.
No, yeah, you want 3. You would want 3.
He's got the reserve.
RBO. Oh, he does.
Yeah, he reserve.
Okay.
So you should be fine.
2 + 1 is that hell run in RBO, so it's definitely doable.
Yeah, that's huge information. I would be looking to beeline that as soon as I get morph.
Yeah. 2 E-tanks is I've seen Behemoths do it with some lucky drops. Good luck. Granted, space jump helps.
Yeah, and honestly, even with 3, you end up having a lot extra. In RBO, it's like you also have to get to the speed bugs, but in like this, like as long as you get there alive, you can farm a little bit and not worry about it nearly as much.
So it'll be interesting to see what Osse chooses to do when he goes ahead and sees this this gravity suit. He's about to get that information. He's going to get a few more items here too, because he can actually check the whole thing here.
Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't be when Osse sees that gravity suit. I wouldn't be surprised. We have 3 E-tanks now and a reserve. I wouldn't be surprised if he just goes.
I wouldn't surprise me either.
Like I think at this point, I don't even know if I'd bother with Upper Norfair. I would just go to Croc.
Just get the. I mean, maybe you do Croc, but you definitely you do the gravity suit.
Yeah, I think if you're gonna go all the way around there for that, I'm probably just I'm just gonna do Croc while I'm here, especially with space jump. It's gonna make those checks pretty quick. So yeah, we'll see what he does. This is gonna be an interesting call. I can see him maybe putting it off for a little bit. Like, okay, let me do like Kraid, grab like Spazer, or maybe come back.
Yeah, Kraid wouldn't be unreasonable. I mean, you have to do it anyway, and you get 3 items out of it. Oh, he's gonna do ice. I like this less because he's gonna lose health from it.
Well, it just means he's not gonna do the rest of the hell runs here.
Yeah.
He's also a big fat liar because he told me he wouldn't do this without speed. So.
Yeah, I like to. Normally I really like to break this because it's just kind of an out of the way check. And it's just only for instance in the league we only require 2 tanks to put this in logic. So he's got 3 plus a reserve. There's no problem getting through it. Was that a shovel he got?
Yeah, the shovel.
Always fun. Yeah. The nice thing about getting a shovel out of logic is you don't have to rush to check it, I guess.
Yeah, the only reason I guess I'm gonna take back rush and grab because I'm not excited about chasing Meridian right now because I don't have Dark World access.
But you don't have to chase it. You just have the extra protection. You get the extra protection. You don't have to worry about getting it later.
I think
no reason to.
You can have more health to just do Upper Warfare or something then. So yeah, at this point I'm probably not chasing. But I'm having that in mind. As soon as I get if I get a Moon Pearl here, then I'm gonna. As soon as I get a Moon Pearl, I'm grabbing that thing and going.
Yeah, for me, I like to give the extra safety for say a wreck. I mean, wreck ships in logic with that space jump, gravity with this amount of health. Phantoon's just free. You know, all you new route runners that can do the one tank, you know, one tank no suit Fantoon. I'm not that good.
Well, here's the
Yeah,
save
I
for
think
Ivan.
Ivan's going for it. I see no other reason to save him. I mean, okay, maybe he's gonna do the charge beam really. Maybe he's gonna do ice beam first, but I think he might just go straight for the. Yeah, he's just going for that gravity suit.
Yeah, like now that I've pondered this a little bit more, because you're really not gonna be beelining this. Like, I know you said the extra protection, but like these guys aren't really carrying that much.
Yeah, they don't need it as much.
So like he's gonna be doing these like the upper Norfair hell runs. If he decides to do all those, it's gonna be pretty slow. He doesn't have crystal flash ammo. Like, he can certainly get it. He knows he's getting paid off for this, but like I'm just not gonna. I feel like it's best to just not bother until you're ready to chase gravity. And I think chasing. I mean, he could chase gravity and just get lucky and he finds something there. But like again, I want Elites to move Pearl because I have hookshot already. I have a glove, so I can get to the rest of Darkhold at that point. And you can see here, Ivan's going to be all this time that Ivan's taking farming here. Even if he just like found 1 or 2 more E-tanks, he might be able to save his time later.
Yeah, that's a good point. Although, you know, he could have just gone straight for the gate glitch, and then you know, farmed as. I mean, with that one first try great glitch, he barely needed to farm, as it turned out. Probably over-farmed a little bit.
He'll get Nutella here.
Because honestly, you only need about 20 health to get through that room if you damage boost through the gamer and just don't hit Space Pirate. Yeah, I mean, I don't think you chase the gravity suit. I don't think in the sense of I don't think you go into Meridia. He's not.
Okay, so he's just getting this. See, again, so that's the thing for Ivan now. I feel like if he's gonna do this, he probably should chase the gravity suit at this point, which is, if he, I mean, it could pay off huge for him. You know, he could find something, and then like all he's really skipping is Varia at this point.
Yeah.
But if Varia's that early, then like you're probably gonna find it anyways. Like, yeah.
Not sure why he's taking the save again. Like, there's nothing that's
crumble now.
With this kind of health, seems kind of low. But no, you're right. He is going for that. I don't think there was anything there, so he's gonna. Oh no, wait, there's a shovel.
Yeah, there's a shovel. So.
Oh, God. It's one of those items where it's just like you just want to reset it, you know? And it's just, what if it's something?
Yeah, I don't know if Ivan's getting into the I'm playing Osse, so I need to make a play mindset, which, like, again, like, sure, Osse's the favorite here, but it's a pretty minor favorite overall. Like, Ivan doesn't need very much to go right for him to come away with this.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Osse does make mistakes.
Not even just making mistakes, it's just rando, right? Like,
RC, yeah, and rando, yeah, exactly. And we are going to get the X-ray check because we have space jump. Actually, we would probably get this X-ray check anyway because Osse can do the D-boost, but...
Yeah, I think he's fallen a little... They're so slow is the issue, especially if you want to come back. He's falling a little out of favor with them, but yeah, he definitely can get over here if nothing.
Yeah, I mean, in the third place match in the SM only randomizer, this check kind of hurt him because in games 1 and 2 he did the early check and it was nothing, and then in game 3, it was gravity suit, and he was a little bit later to it, and it cost him quite a bit of time. So
yeah, by the way, Ivan giving out just fine with that health.
Yeah, now you do Kraid, and you can. I mean, 56 with a gravity, so you're not gonna have any issues going to Kraid.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, for Ivan, if you're like I said, if you're spending the time just to get gravity, you're not checking anything else besides Cathedral, and I assume he peeked Bubble Mountain. I didn't see it.
Yeah, I didn't see what the item was, but it sure looked like he was peeking it.
Yeah, I feel like you have to chase gravity now.
Osse, meanwhile, gonna give us Red Tower. Interestingly enough, Ivan was talking about having practiced the Crystal Flash clip in Meridian. Now, with one Power Bomb pack, that's not happening. but if it comes to it, you know, if it is Moon Pearl.
See,
for
there's that
Osse.
pearl. Like now if I'm now in Manashi suits, now I'm not worrying about Burn Loop or anything. I'm now getting that gravity, trying to do some probably some of the other Norfair checks, and then just going Meridia, going Dark World. Well, I guess he doesn't. Yeah, he's in the same spot where he doesn't have access through the Crystal Flash or through Bot Moon. So yeah, maybe you still do Bryn here then. But I'm starting to think about that gravity if I'm in Osse shoes.
Missile this early, you're gonna grab it. Oh wait, we do have charge, but terrible beam. So no guarantee we're gonna have a good beam at the end of the game. So.
Well, that and any sort of, especially if you're already thinking about skipping Varia for gravity.
Yeah. Yep.
You're thinking about, you know, well, maybe I'm doing lower Norfair too without. So that's the two things. Like I need Varia and I need charge before I just stop caring about ammo.
Yeah, agreed. Because you want more than the 30. If you're just going to do a super Ridley kill or ammo Ridley kill, if you don't have like a full beam combo, you'd want to have well over the 30 if you can have it. I mean, obviously, you know, these guys can make do without that much, but it's really nice it just makes it a lot simpler.
Yeah, I mean, you honestly almost want like 50 because you don't have
like
guaranteed
50
tanks. So like you almost need a Crystal Flash coming in and a Crystal Flash coming out.
Yep.
And like especially if you don't have grapple to farm or something, it can be depending on what you have, like you almost need the 50, honestly.
Yeah. And that grapple, that's the best use for it in this game. Is literally that farm spot when you really need it. At this point, I'm sure. Nice sword.
Yeah. So Ivan is coming here early.
We got. Yesterday he had the silvers there. Today we get the sword there. There's a bow for Osse. So Eastern now clearable, but I'm pretty certain we got all 3 items, so I don't expect to see them do Eastern anytime soon. Unless they can pair it with Pod or just do it at the end.
Yeah, honestly, at this point, I know it's early, and but this gravity suit is probably going to define the entire game. We're probably going to look back at this as the deciding factor. Either way, I mean, it could be huge for Ivan, or it could be big for Osse, not going after it. But this is definitely going to play a lot into the seed. If this comes up empty, then it's going to be really bad for Ivan.
And like you said, for Osse, this level of health and no suits for the Fantoon fight, he's just fine. He's a seasoned new route runner. Actually coming in with a little bit extra because he does have, I don't know how much, but has some health in that reserve tank.
Okay, so there's Fire Rod for Ivan.
That's a good
nice,
one.
But like, if you're gonna make that kind of break, you sort of need things that give you immediate progression, and Fire Rod's not it.
It is not.
Now he'll probably do Red Tower soon, especially if this kicks him out. Like he won't be able to get to Dragon at all. He'll probably come down and do Red Tower and have that Moon Pearl. So,
Ooh,
I hate to say it with that Moon Pearl, Aga's in logic because Ivan. Where was that second sword?
It was in Red Tower.
Okay. Well, no, because Ivan.
No, wait. Ivan has.
They both have it. Anyways, it's definitely.
Oh no! I want to say it was Crady tank.
Yeah,
and
it's
chat saying that too.
So it's in logic. So it is. Aga is in logic.
Aga fully in logic. Ivan's health not so great, although he does have that gravity suit. So the crabs, instead of doing 120, will only do 30. I say only, but.
Yeah, so I mean, if this does turn out to be another Aga seed, and it's breakable with that gravity suit, this is going to work out in Osse's favor, where he's going to have a lot more of that information and knows that he really wants to break it.
Okay, we're going to try for a snail clip again. Again, without the high jump boots.
Looks decent.
I
I would have tried that one.
I know, I like the first one better. Yeah, I think the first one was closer.
I think that the first one was definitely fine if it was high jump.
High jump, yeah. Yeah, it's too high. Because you want to have it just below that little line there.
Yeah, that might be alright. Yep.
Oh, there we go. We get an X-ray scope that he just jumps right over. And skips the heart piece. I look like he thought about going back for the X-ray scope. I mean, we already have charge beam, so if plasma shows up, the X-ray becomes useful, but
Yeah,
not that big a deal.
If I have
And he might
gravity, I
reset
don't
this
have
anyway.
plasma, I'm skipping it.
And his save was before doing that, so if this is nothing, he's just going to reset anyway. And that's missiles. And missiles, so he's resetting it. So rip X-ray scope for Ivan.
Yeah, Osse is doing the E-tank check with space jump. It's really easy.
Looks like he took the save, so he's going to reset. On this health, yeah, I think you take the save.
Yeah, even with space jump.
Yep.
Alright, I think this is the last spot for
This is it.
Ivan to get paid off here.
And you know that the other thing is with that sword there. I mean, by the time Osse gets here, it's entirely possible that he already has speed booster and can just get that sword. And Ivan's gonna have to make the decision to come back for it.
Yeah, he's gonna get this power bomb. He's gonna get the heart too. Okay.
Yeah.
On just 5, definitely gonna grab this power bomb.
Oh, for sure.
So he gets that at least, which I assume is the main reason Osse's actually doing wreck ship and not Brinloop, because only doing 5 is pretty nice. So I mean,
annoying.
I wasn't thinking power bomb's the thing that, I mean, it could be that like they need to go to Brinstar and Osse's still gonna be on 5. That might actually end up paying off for Ivan.
Yeah.
Of course, kind of likely there's gonna be some PBs in there, but.
Oh, Canis and Maria at the worker robots.
Osse remembering to do worker robots this time. Good, fortunately.
Yeah, well, my skip at that location was far more tragic. So,
oh no,
he's got the save from the E-tank.
Oh, he does. Okay, yeah.
So he's fine. But I mean, it's a time loss for sure, but not as much as it could have been. But yeah, in the co-op tournament, I forgot to check that. It was my glove to my mitts later in wreck ship, and instead of getting both, we managed to just get the one.
Yeah, I mean, not for.
And it was very costly.
Osse skipped on accident, but that was kind of. Well,
mine was an accident too. So.
Yeah, what I'm saying.
You guys didn't get punished from it.
If he actually gets checks that, he probably loses. Like that's again. It was that close.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, unfortunately, has to do this again. Yeah, when you're on this low health, you really got to be careful, and the worker robots don't really want to do any of the deboost strats or anything.
Yeah, you know, you talk about the 10 power bombs. It's not even just Gauntlet. It's, I mean, Ivan will be able to do, not even just the Brinloop, it's the Gauntlet that I already said. Which, you know, he'll be able to do that right away. Osse will only be able to scout the back.
Well, Osse has bombs.
Oh, yeah, he could do it the hard way.
Yeah. So, yeah, and never mind, those power bombs mean... I mean, still, like, it's definitely nice to have, but with the bombs, it's less likely it's going to be, like, major.
Yep. And we're going to take Spazer because it's early. And you don't have to turn it on like you would if you picked it up in Link to the Past, so... My favorite is when Azur's in a race and he picks up Spazer somewhere. And everybody is like, oh, when's he going to turn it on? And sometimes I'll just say, yeah, he may never turn it on because if he gets plasma, it just... You know, he's so anti-menu.
Yeah, early on, I generally don't bother to turn... Like, Spazer, I won't really bother. But Plasma a lot, I will, because it's pretty useful in a lot of situations. Yeah, so far the play not working out for Ivan. And like again, like I wouldn't be wholly surprised to see Osse make at some point, but he might be coming in with more health. He'll be coming in with more information, if nothing else. So maybe, especially if he knows at that point it's definitely logical Aga, you know, he'll be much more likely to actually spend the time in Upper North. I know we both skipped it in ours, but that was completely different with having Spring Ball, where he has Space Jump here now, and knowing you're going to get paid off with gravity at a minimum. Oh, there's the boots.
Hello, boots.
That's also
well,
the flute.
That's also flute.
Which before
doesn't open anything anymore, but
the flute doesn't know. But
I mean, it might later, but it doesn't open anything at the moment.
Yeah, and not for nothing. I'm just thinking about so we have those boots now. We're saying like, oh, we want to avoid Aga. Like, Osse would get the high jump boots if he does Aga.
Yeah,
at this point, like, it seems bad, but like, especially with like, haven't done any of LN, haven't done any of Meridia, like, and that's the logical access, especially now with that cape. Like, there's an argument you made, like, just do Aga. It's not going to be that much slower. You're going to get high jump boots. It's going to make a lot of your SM faster.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times when an item, a really nice item, shows up there on the Lumberjack, I'm much more apt to go ahead and just pull that Aga trigger just to get the item if I know it's going to help me out in the long run.
Yeah, I think like if it was like I have to risk the Crystal Flash versus to skip it versus just getting it and then I get high jump boots on top of that.
I'm getting my high jump boots.
Yeah, just because the Crystal Flash can definitely go wrong, especially if they're only going to be doing it with like 15. Like, I was just like, you know what, I'm getting paid back a good bit. It's 5 minutes, which is a chunk of time, but you know, probably make 2-3 minutes of that back with Meridia and Norfair.
Yeah.
With high jump, like
yeah. So Osse looked like he was about to check these power bomb location, then realized he needed actual power bomb to do it, so he had to go refill at the ship.
Yeah, 5 power bombs still is just ultra gross. I like this seed for a championship perspective. It's got a lot of interesting decisions in it, though.
Yeah, so far, yeah, absolutely.
And it's been like low health and everything, so these guys are definitely having to do the harder stuff. And it costing Osse already, too. The only thing that really sucks when it's a low seed like this, it's like, it feels like your opponent probably could have done like 1 or 2 very minor things and they might be in a much better position, so that always feels really bad. We obviously know they're kind of in the same boat, but you're always wondering, it's like, did they do like 1 more check and that just happened to have power bombs? Because that's going to be really annoying.
Or even a screw attack, as was really big in Ivan's quarterfinal win against Astor.
Yeah, that's... So, right now, E-Tanks are actually pretty huge, because again, Osse hasn't done that Hell Run. If he gets loaded on E-Tanks and ammo, like, it's going to make those Hell Runs a lot more attractive to do.
Osse doing the speedrun hundo strat, and just, you know, landing in the middle. Both items were basically nothing, though. The gauntlet pretty much a bust.
Just absolutely destroying that frog. Yeah, just get the piece of heart on turn. You're definitely getting it later. And
yeah, no point in skipping it.
Will at least minorly help you earlier.
Ivan not gonna take the save here.
He's got grab though, so.
I mean, he's got gravity, but there's a lot of things that got gravity he doesn't protect him against, but it does make his movement that much better getting through here, so he should be fine.
Yeah, I mean, the thing with Spiking Room of Death, the reason it's so deadly is the water is going to affect your fall speed, which makes you so much more likely to KO.
Yes.
And there's that Varia, so yeah, this early play for Ivan just didn't pay off. See, this is the other problem, which is like, that's what I'm saying, like, unless you're going to chase it all the way down, like, especially with gravity being there, it's like, how deep in the seed is Varya really going to be? So Ashi's just going to be able to do it like very naturally here.
In fact, that's probably. Yeah, I wouldn't surprise me if he just heads down there. I mean, with only 5 power bombs, he's got bombs, but there's the entire Bryn loop is still pretty power bomb heavy, especially at the back end when you're going up Blue Bryn. You might just take this all the way down, or you might decide to do the full loop and hit Upper Norfair from the Link to the Past side and do some boots checks on the way.
I'd just do the full loop still at this point. Like, the thing is, like, I've already done... Like, if you're going to do a half loop, you want to do, like, half into Crate, half into Wreck Ship. And it's like, you've already done that other two stuff, so it's just going to be abandoned now.
Yeah, the only thing it does, really, is it makes Waterway a lot less orphaned if you skip Blue Bryn. I'm not sure that's a good enough reason to skip it.
Yeah, again... I don't think I'm... Maybe if I had speed or ice, that I could definitely get to Dark World, right? Because it's looking like it's these chances to Aga. So since I already have the seat's already given me Aga access, I'm not really expecting like flippers to show up for logical Meridian Dark World access. But I don't care, right? We'll just any one of us.
There are other ways. Yeah, there are ways to do it.
So I'm already thinking that like I don't want to miss speed or ice in. If I had one of those, then like yeah, okay, fine. I'll leave retro. I'll go down. Well, obviously, if I had speed, then I'm just full clearing it. But like, if I had ice, right? Like, okay, I can get gravity, then I can go to Meridian, then I can go to Dark World. Like, I've got a lot of the seed already laid out for me, so like, okay, I feel better about skipping retro at that point. But without it, like, especially if only 5 power bombs, where it's like I can't even Crystal Flash clip if I wanted to.
And there's another power bomb pack for Osse. So, I guess Ivan will be at 15. Osse's third powerbomb pack, unless we see another one here, will be that one in...
Oh, and that Varya's lower Norfair, too, at this point.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we've got Space Jump.
And, and like, the thing with lower Norfair is, like, the thing if I want to, like, put it off... I mean, at this point, honestly, Osse's got a pretty good chance of being able to do Mire. He's got Kane, he's got 2 medallions. Like, that's one reason to put it off. The fact that I already have Flute also makes me unlikely to put it off, because like as long as mitts literally aren't in Mire, then I'm fine.
Yeah.
I know I can come back. So having Flute makes me a lot more comfortable of doing an LN and not being able to clear Mire, or potentially, or maybe a desert, depending what the seed is, but dependent here, we don't care. Plus your book. So yeah, I mean, honestly, I wouldn't... Honestly, if I'm Osse, I'm probably thinking lower Norfair, get that gravity. Well, I would do lower Norfair first, but I need the gravity from upper, so upper, lower, and then...
I mean...
I guess it doesn't really combo in because you have to come out to get the gravity, but...
Yeah, it's not exactly on path, but
I'd probably just go right back to
not having to...
Point.
Yeah, not having to do a high jump plus lava dive as opposed to just being able to space jump through. I think I'm getting the gravity.
That's true. I guess you technically don't really need the gravity all that much right here, but...
Also nice with that early charge beam, we can skip a bunch of regular missiles. Oh, we didn't see 230 missiles from Osse. I guess we'll see this at the end of the loop. Another E-tank for Osse, so even if Varia hadn't showed up, he would have been at 6 tanks, plus reserves. And Ivan just gonna go back into Link to the Past for now. Wait, did he not do bowling? I'm not seeing him use boots.
He could have forgotten. He doesn't have boots marked. I trust our tracker more than forgetting that he doesn't have boots.
I know, same. And I trust our tracker more than I trust my own eyes. Yeah, it looks like
he skipped Red Cane too.
Oh no.
Oh, he skipped all of back of Wreck Ship.
Okay. So he just fell through the blocks. Okay.
So he got the bow. Felt like that was his payout. A lot of times that's all that's in Wreck Ship. Unfortunately, it's kind of loaded today.
Yeah,
and there's that powder happen. Making any of this like worrying about mushroom completely not necessarily. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing with saving mushroom. It's just like powder has to not exist, and it's got to be something. Like it's just it's so rare. It actually matters.
Yeah, but it's a convenient reset point. So you know, I kind of it's why I like to try and do it. But yeah, in the
Yeah,
end,
if you can do it naturally, but I'm saying like
yeah.
if wasting like almost like any time whatsoever to save
Oh
it
yeah,
is
yeah, for
basically.
sure. Ivan has not done Sick Kid, so he's gonna do that now. Yeah. So when does Ivan get back to the top of Rex ship?
He's
That's
probably gonna
the
do Brandon go back. Honestly, like
yeah maybe.
that's pretty much his option.
I mean, what does he have to do? He could go finish Eastern, but that makes no sense. It's only the one item. We've done all this. Did he not do Dark Cross?
Is he just going Aga?
Maybe. Maybe he wants. Yeah. I
He's
mean,
just going. I mean, this is what the seat's telling you to do. Well, except for
yeah.
telling you Norfair and Meridian are all in Logic. We've seen what's in Logic of Meridian already. We haven't seen any
I
Norfair though.
really don't like the Aga play before even doing Brid Loop.
Yeah, we talked about this yesterday. With like, I like putting off Bryn as long as possible. This is a bit over aggressive. This might be Osseitis, honestly. Like he made one play that didn't pay out, so
Mm-hmm.
he already feels like he's swimming, which he is a little bit. But like, there's
Mm-hmm.
just so much. I mean, the way you make up time is you make up time in a last location hunt, right? You just kind of hope it's something at that point, right?
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, like again, like
I mean, it still might have to. It might still be a play that has to happen. But another reason, you know, because we talked about being able to get those high jump boots, and I talked about how sometimes you know you do it because you see a nice but not needed item. You might do it a little bit earlier, but I kind of would want to have the boots for that. And you know, with him skipping upper wreck ship, doesn't have those boots yet.
yeah, I mean, the main thing is again, like Ivan's good enough. He like, I mean, you're scared of Osse just because he's good, but like you shouldn't be like this terrified of him.
No.
Like, I mean, you know, have faith in your own abilities. Like, Ivan can definitely hang with Osse on any day.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I remember at the start of the tournament, he was, you know, you think of the four people that have won tournaments, so that would be Aussie, Andy, Ashter, and Solsky, and any one of them could have won this tournament. There's no question. So then you start thinking about, okay, who are the other people that could win? And you know, I thought of your name. I also thought, and Ivan was one of the names I also thought of. You know, maybe a little bit less of a chance, but definitely possibly in the running would be someone like A0 or Hataka. Um, but yeah, and Ivan's the one that made it all the way through and gets the opportunity. But yeah, I mean, this still could be a thing that has to be done. We have, you know, like you said, I'm not convinced I would do the Crystal Flash clip to avoid this. And even doing the Crystal Flash clip, now you have to do the fake flippers, which, again, all doable. And maybe you end up finding nothing in the parts of the Dark World. And someplace else, like Lower Norfair, you know.
Again, the fake flipper gets you to the exact same place as Aga
As Aga
so,
gets
like,
you, yep. How's he gonna pick up his flute?
Like, it's not a logic break in this. Like, again, like, so many other logic breaks were just like, going to gravity, that was just a complete logic break. He was skipping stuff.
Yeah,
the Meridian thing is just getting you in the same spot a quicker way. Or a more
I mean,
way.
it's a logic break in the sense that you're doing it differently, but in the sense of putting things in logic, once you have Aga, all that stuff's in logic. You just gotta make your decision how to get there.
Yeah, and like, I mean, Osse still has Lower Norfair. He's got probably a Mire. He's got 2/3 of a chance at Mire. Mire Shed. He's got all of Upper Norfair. At that point, if he still doesn't have speed, and like at that point, hopefully he's got enough power bombs where, like, you know, I feel like it's a lot more reasonable for him to try that clip. And I think if that's his routing, where he's just putting off Maria as late as possible for. I mean, not only that, but there's a good chance Hammer's just in one of those spots too.
Yeah. or that second glove.
Like, there's just so much stuff that's... I mean, I guess Ivan doesn't know about Varia, but, like, it feels like it's likely because of where the gravity is, and then that puts so much else in.
Yeah, there's
it's just
so many things that were open to him before
like if he had really great
doing the Aga
movement,
play.
like if he had mirror and like boots, the problem is like he's also going to be isolating stuff when he does this. So yeah.
And Osse learns of the high jump boots.
Oh, I did say that too, right? I mean, Ivan doesn't have the boots, but you get the... Because I was musing about maybe you just even do Aga because you just get high jump boots for a lot of SM, right? That's pretty attractive as well. So maybe that played into his thinking as well. But without the boots, I mean, you never know where those are.
Okay, so we saw a map check from Ivan. I did see green pendant on Swamp. Not a hover seat because we already have the hook shot. The other one, Pod was the other pendant. I knew it was somewhere on that right side, but I wasn't quite sure.
Yeah, so we basically don't care about flippers anymore. In fact, we don't want to see them.
No flippers, please. Yeah, and I am going to shout out Osse for, like, you know, he's become rather famous for his Moldorm Vouts tutorial. I know you were the one that discovered it, but he's the one that perfected it. But he hovers now too, because which just, you know, the whole thing. For those of you that saw him against you, yeah, he hovered the big key to big key on bridge chest to in Mire. He pulled out that hover, and I'm like, okay, Osse hovers now. I always wondered if he would really put the time in to learn that because, you know, Moldorm Bounce being pretty powerful, but there are times when hovers are better, Hookshot Cave, or, you know, I would say cross keys, but he doesn't play cross keys, but there are times that you want to be able to actually check that item. Not in this seed, you know, if you're that worried about that location, then you're in bad shape because you probably only have a fighter sword, so. Now this makes sense from Ivan. Gonna go ahead and take that fire rod straight and do Skullwoods.
Sure be nice to have a cane here.
Yeah, sure would.
If only.
Yeah, I think he's just going to go ahead and do the back first, and then check the front if the two items aren't there. Typically, you might get one item in the back and probably not two. Getting grabbed in that point is not so bad. He's having a little trouble pushing that statue, so... Like, Osse's going to clear upper door fair. We'll see if he... I mean, he's got to go get that gravity suit. He doesn't have to. He knows how to high jump with lava die. I just feel like you just go get it. Just, you know, not having to do that high jump with lava dive just to save the gravity suit for your way out just doesn't seem to make sense.
Yeah, the only thing I would consider doing here is just get the gravity suit, loop back around straight to lower Norfair, and save Croc at the end. That way I have more knowledge of whether I want to do Croc.
Yeah, I like that. Because, yeah, I mean, Croc's a time sink, and if there's nothing there, and we do have Wave Beam. I missed where he got it, but I do see he has it.
He got that in Etikins. That was a long time ago.
Yeah. I figured it was somewhere in Bryn Loop.
There's our ice, so that's
a full new route. A full new route beam combo, so that's pretty good beam.
And we no longer have to worry about the crystal flash, so yep. we could see.
It's still a sequence break, but it's not nearly as difficult a sequence break. Although for Osse, the crystal flash clip is pretty easy.
Yeah, I mean it's just straight up required and hard, so definitely something he is more than comfortable with doing.
Oh yeah. Ice clip is pretty. I mean, honestly, of the things that for any of you that are wanting to get into playing these and maybe don't really want to learn a whole bunch of Super Metroid tricks. That's one of the ones I would say you should just learn anyway. It's just not that hard a trick, doing the ice clip.
So Osse does have the option of either going Meridia or LN here with that ice beam. LN's a little bit less attractive. I feel like with this ammo count, I feel like I'm still going to lean that way. I just like doing LN just because it's linear. He's got pretty good movement. He's got good health. Like, he's not going to be really worried about the P100s or anything on the way out.
And that's a dead moth with a map. believe there's a compass in the other check in back here. So it's gonna be 2 items in the front. I know there's a big key in the center, so he's probably gonna have to, you're gonna bomb jump to the big chest and hope that one of those two, either both the big chest and the easily accessible item, or either both items or one of them's a small key. I guess it has to be one or the other, so never mind.
I think the main reason I would lead an LN here is once I get access to Dark World through Meridia, like, you are basically stuck there until you find either a hammer or mitt.
Yep.
So, like, I mean, Osse doesn't know this, but, like, you know, Pod's a pendant. I mean, just any of these dungeons could be pendants to him, right? So, like, the fact that you're stuck there, you're kind of forced to do some of that pendant stuff. So I kind of like doing LN first and that just kind of eliminates anything. At that point, it would confirm it's an Agaseed, and it would confirm that he's actually supposed to be in Dark World. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I prefer LN here. Maybe you're a little bit faster later with mitts. You save the lava dive, but I feel like there's too much upside to doing LN first here. And is doing Croc. Should mention that too.
Yep.
I mentioned potentially doing this, but it's pretty close, and I feel like you might as well just do it. Especially with charge and space.
Yeah, you don't have the gate glitch, which is really nice. So it is in logic. Like these items here, not in logic. Without either, I guess. Oh, bombs would do it too. Base jump bombs, speed booster. Because your gate glitching is never in logic and normal. Getting that extra power bomb pack. This one, I don't know if he really needs the 20th power bomb, but I mean,
yeah,
it's a fanfare. You know, there's no fanfare in here. Just, you know, for those of us, and Osse does a lot of SM only randos. It feels so quick when you're used to the 7-second fanfare.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be unopposed to actually having fanfare. I know the game's long, but I feel like it adds a little bit more cost to these checks.
Yeah, I think the reason why you don't have it in SMZ3 is because you want to have it more even with Link to the Past. And, you know, ironically, I think the no fanfare makes the Link to the Past fanfare just a slight bit longer.
Well, it makes SM just so overwhelmingly, like, better in most cases. That's why you see so many, like, just, like, full clear SMs.
But yeah, like in you know, the modes we use in League, for instance, we can turn off fanfares if we wanted to, and we want people to have to pay the price to pick up, you know, the extra missiles and the extra supers if they want them. So you do make a fair point about you know, the cost, the extra cost there.
It would also force people to play a little bit lower, which I think's got a lot of benefits for competitive. Okay, so this is the grav, yeah.
Yep, this is gravity.
See where he goes. I'm hoping he goes LN. I think that's
I'm with you on the LN play in general. I mean, he's got 40 supers, so like, and he's got the new route beam combo, so like ammo's just not an issue.
Yeah, he's just turning right around.
And you know, LN is so linear. I mean, I've often compared it to like a Turtle Rock, where it's just like everything's on path except for, like, you know, maybe the Mickey Mouse missiles is about the only thing that's not.
Yeah, he doesn't have to worry about skipping. He skipped those against me because of his movement. But
yeah, he's got good movement for that. I mean, the Space Jump Plus has bombs to keep the floor from being completely bombed out.
And he knows he's not getting high jump at this point, so it's like it's only, I mean, speed's almost not going to help. Like, speed almost hurts you when you have high jump list.
Yep.
So like, it's just not going to get much better.
Screw attack or plasma would be the nicest things to pick up before this, but you know, at some point you don't want to be holding out for those, because those could both easily just be in GT.
Either one.
Either or both.
Now the only thing, he's definitely priced into killing GT here. He does have the full spazer, so he's got 40. Like, he does do the RBO, so he knows how to.
Yeah, I mean, he could
ammo plus.
He could do ammo. He could probably do a combination of ammo and supers. You know, it's just a question of which is worse, farming or beam combo.
The thing is, you get like 7 or 8 coming out of the rippers, and then you're gonna get you're not gonna get a lot from the metal pirates here, because you're pretty much gonna be forced to do the 3 super strat with this loadout. So you're going to get a bunch. So you don't need to leave with 30. Plus, you do have your power bombs. So you can also. I wouldn't be surprised to see an X Factor on Ridley to put a little extra burst damage in. So yeah, like I'd do like 20-ish supers here and then just farm on the way out.
So meanwhile, Ivan in Thievestown. So this is good for Ivan in that he's still progressing, even though he's missing stuff he's gonna have to go back to. But he's not like he's getting completely lost. Oh my, those are mitts.
There again.
So yeah, this is that flute really good only for a return trip to the area.
So this is also not an Agassi. This is all in logic.
Yep, not at all. Yeah, Ivan's gonna be a little sad when he finds this out, but it wasn't unreasonable to think it. Maybe Ivan does pick up those high jump boots when he gets the boots, the regular boots.
Yeah, I mean that's the other thing for Ivan. He's here early in Dark World, but he's bootsless and Osse's
yeah.
for all of Dark World. Like
yep. Well, and the other bad thing for Ivan is he might go. You talked about you have to stay in. I mean, he doesn't have to stay. He's got the portal from Aga, but you talked about having to do all this stuff until you find your Dark World access. And I mean, Hammer might still be here, but he's not. It might also not be here. Like there's no guarantee he's gonna find normal Dark World access in this trip.
Yeah, I mean the worst thing for Ivan is something in Smiths now, or at least well, I guess not. I guess Osse's not really gonna do any of it because he doesn't have hammer for hammer pegs and
no mirror. Mirrorless
Smith.
Smith.
He does have flute. We could see just the Smith is a pretty common play.
Yeah, where have we seen the mirrorless Smiths before?
Yeah.
Mirror, then again, Mirror might just not show up at all. Swamp Palace being a pendant.
Yeah, Swamp Palace being a pendant is gonna make me pretty eager to do at least the black. I mean, I'm definitely doing the blacksmith here. I mean, I guess we're ahead where I talk about Osse, but yeah, I would do blacksmith here, but maybe not purple chest.
Yeah, he's gonna want to do dig game. Well, it doesn't matter. He doesn't have myths, so like. And yeah, so I didn't see what went down. It is Vamos, so Osse is just gonna go ahead and clear Mire right now. Kind of one of the fun part, like in regular Link to the Past, you're not gonna see Mire dead first very often, but I don't find it as uncommon in Link to the Past, just because you can have this situation where Lower Norfair just gives you the stuff you need to do it.
Yeah, I mean, this seems really working out great for Osse. And the funny thing is, like, he's basically just like gone where the Cetus told him to go. Like, like almost if you just did this as stupidly as possible, Osse's kind of just like, I'm gonna follow the items, and like a lot of times it works out. Like I know he's, that gravity was really tempting. I said at the time why. I mean, it wasn't terrible. I just, unless you can get the Dark World, I think that was the issue. It really forced Ivan to chase, and I think it was a little earlier than you want it. Interesting enough, if he did actually do Upper Norfair, he would have gotten Ice Beam and could have gotten to Dark World that way. So that's really unfortunate as well. He's going to be mad saying that Ice Beam, now that I think about it. I
mean, I don't mind the chase of gravity into Meridia, but at some point you got to just... I'll just go back to it again. There's just too many things he left on the table before he decided to do the Aga play. It gets a grapple beam. That's the last thing you want to see.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if Osse even chases into Meridia. I would actually not go to Meridia now at this point, having those mitts. I got too much to do in Dark World to really be considering it.
Yeah, Fire Rod locks not that much. And again, if he can, he doesn't know this, but if he can wait until he has Speed Booster, he gets a sword out of it too. Did he get both items? Because
I have no idea.
Yeah, I mean, I know he didn't check all the locations, but don't feel like I saw him pick up 2 items. Oh, both items. Okay.
Yeah, it's
our tracker Stereo X. Stereo X, our tracker, the MVP, says he got both items. So
Yeah, I think it's a little too early to. I mean, this is the first dungeon Osse's done. It's usually not Meyer, but here we are. A little too early to go for a skip like that, I think.
Yeah, I think so. And we are going to see a pod play from Ivan. This really needs to be something for him. I feel like for him to stay in this.
If this is something, if this is something, Ivan's definitely right back in this game because the issue with Osse is, and this kind of happens with these seeds, he just has so much to do. He's never getting over to pod.
No, not for a long time. You know, honestly, an ice rod in pod, because something not progression would probably be good for Ivan. So maybe he goes back and does the Bryn loop and maybe the upper wreck ship. But also, it's still an important item that Osse can then last location in a petted dungeon.
Yeah, like Hammer being here is probably not that great because like Hammer's the thing you're less, especially in a pendant pod, you're really not concerned about Hammer because it's just the boss at that point.
Yep.
A little bit of routing efficiency too, but that's pretty minor. And just Hammer locks so much stuff. But yeah, an Ice Rod would be. Ivan's definitely the best. I mean, what do we even need? We need Ice Rod and
potentially a medallion.
That's literally it already.
Logically, we need flippers, but we really don't want to see them because Ice Palace. Everybody knows how to fake flipper and
the hammer, obviously. Yeah,
and the hammer.
We need Hammer, Ice Rod, and maybe Quake.
Yep.
A 1/3 chance of needing Quake. So. So yeah, I mean, yeah, Ivan needs Ice Rod here, honestly, or Quake. I mean, Quake would also be really good.
Quake if that's the TR, yeah, if that's the TR medallion. Yeah, there's that refill of supers for Osse. 19 with a full new route beam combo. I mean, by the time he gets here, he probably ends up with around 20. Give or take a little bit. Osse would have no problem doing it just with the beam, but having the extra super is definitely going to help him out. Plus 60 missiles. I mean, his ammo's going to be fine for this Ridley fight. If fine, not ideal, but fine.
Yeah, I kind of expect at least one X Factor coming in. Probably a little hard to do multiple without high jump. I don't know if Osse has setups for a double X Factor. Osse has so many like weird, crazy setups.
Yeah, he does. Okay, that's just a death warp, I think, from the right side because no hammer. Not gonna pick up those rupees because at this point don't really need them. It's the first time I noticed that this has some of these alternate suits. When you end up in heated rooms, you can see extra bit of glowing. I never noticed this on on this one before. I think it's actually on all suits. Just you don't really see. It's really hard to see on a vanilla. Okay, looks like Ivan's done with most of the front, so we'll actually get to see some of the items.
I've actually started liking doing this check on the way out when you don't have good items, because you can just deboost to the left and then you can just not up, it just gets some iframes going back to the right.
The counter to that would be like maybe it's an extra super pack or plasma or something, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely depends, but. Although I've definitely had trouble with the clip without high jump boots. I don't know if it actually makes a difference, but it feels like a little bit harder to set up.
Everything feels just a little bit hard without high jump.
That is true.
So far, pod not paying out. There is I saw both map and compass in a row there at the big chest and the one right next to it. So there is an item on Helma.
Oh, yeah, Osse also has charge beam, so whatever.
Yeah. I mean, it's not the best beam combination you could possibly have, but it is definitely something he can work with.
I mean, please give me this amount of ammo in any percent run.
I know, right?
I'll be incredibly happy, so... I think that should be enough beams already. Unless he's just trying to preserve supers. I guess he is a little bit.
That's it for pod. Except the boss, which we can't do. One item on Helma
really
and nothing else in pod. And honestly, an item on Helma doesn't help him at all, because if that turns out to be the Ice Beam, Osse has a full 5-item pod to check later.
Yeah, I mean, this is the problem with, like, trying to make plays, is, like, when they don't work out, like, you're just digging a bigger and bigger hole for yourself.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's see. Ridley has anything for us.
I mean, again, the bigger issue for Ivan, even if the seed just dries up and we go on a Quake or an Ice Rod hunt, like, and Osse does come here, he's going to do it with boots, maybe even a mirror. Like, he's just going to be doing it faster than Ivan.
I mean, Ivan has... well, actually, kind of the scary part, I would even say, is Osse does have to get back to Wreck Ship at some point, but with boots not being required, he could just leave with that red cane. He might still not get to those boots. You know, like he could end up in a cane go mode, and
yeah, it's true. We know there's nothing in Mire, so he doesn't need the cane for anything there.
Yep.
I think Mire and Total Rock are reds, but like I think every item we need is for Total Rock at the out. So
yeah, yep.
Pyramid Fairy's dead. Hammer and Ice Rod are both, and then maybe Quake are obviously all the Total Rock requirements. So.
Okay, let's see what Catfish has for us. Super Pack? Not the worst thing ever, but does not help at all.
And like, this seed's been going really well for Osse, so Osse's probably not in the... Probably feels like he doesn't necessarily need to do things like skip Catfish or something like that, so like, I feel like if these one-off checks having something probably isn't going to help him either.
Looks like Ivan's going to fake flipper to the back of Meridia.
Yeah, this fake flipper just straight up doesn't work sometimes. I haven't quite figured out why.
Yeah, I don't know either. And I've been showing why swimming in Link to the Past is hard, because it is.
He knows how to set this up correctly. Yep, looks good.
Okay,
there, he does
fine.
good. Yeah. Yeah, if you swim correctly, you can get to that bridge while still having iframes. So the important thing is to just not freak out when there's a bomber in a really bad place. And I believe that's... So the only thing we found in Lower Norfair was the mitts.
Yep. Mitts in all of Lower Norfair plus Mire. Yeah, not a whole lot there. And that's all of them. Yeah, there's nothing else left in Lower Norfair for Osse, so... Oh wait, he hasn't done Croc, so he might do that now.
Is Ivan skipping Dragon? Oh no, he's in Dragon. I thought, for some reason, I thought that was the Halfy climb room.
I mean, the whole point in going here has to be to do Dragon.
Yeah, that's why I was like very confused.
Okay, looks like Osse's gonna skip Croc. I mean, at this point, you know, things are going pretty good. Oh, that's right, he did Croc before. Never mind. I'm just gonna
Oh
do
God, Osse.
the Speedway.
I need to learn how to do that. I'm pretty sure you just shoot.
You just shoot. The main thing you need to do is not hold the shoot button. You have to spam it a little bit faster than that. But yeah, otherwise, it's a pretty easy trick. I tend not to use it because if my hands have a tendency with my control scheme plus my small hands have a tendency to slip if I'm not careful. And then you're taking a safety save to make sure you get through. And then if you're doing it to safety save, you're not really saving the time anyway. But I'll use it if it saves me a hell run back, for instance. So. And this will be the Meridia check for Osse, so the fire rod no longer an advantage for Ivan.
Yeah, if I was Osse, I was saying this before he came to LN. At this point with Mitts, I'd just go to Dark World. You have boots, like, again, just be doing crystal dungeons. Like, it's very unlikely that like Skull and Thieves Town are both pendants. I mean, Osse, maybe he does. I think he did check maybe when he got to Meyer.
Yeah, I think
he must have. Otherwise, he would have.
He absolutely did.
So yeah, just be full clearing dungeons. I tend to like Dragon or Meridia from the back more, anyways. So I mean, it's not bad, but yeah, I'd rather go to Dark World here. There's something we said just to full clearing SM, I guess, but I'm potentially like you can't do. Well, I guess you could sequence break Plasma. You could sequence break Shack too. Although I feel like that's unlikely. So
yeah,
I feel
Ivan looks like he's gonna check Plasma. He did take a save, so that'll be a save scum. Now, the only way to get out of Plasma right now is to pseudo screw the pirates there. I suppose Ivan has no beams, except that charge beam.
Yeah, I mean, Ivan needs something to pop somewhere in a odd position that that Osse doesn't.
And I think this is gonna be, yeah, I mean, he's done both sandpits, so there's no reason to do this unless he's go down like this, unless he's gonna be doing Shack Tool. I mean, I suppose he could just be planning on going up the tube to...
Shack Tool is probably Ivan's best bet right now.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the grapple to put in logic. Osse at this point, I mean, Osse could ice clip it. He's not going to. There's no reason to ice clip Shack Tool in. I mean, really, it's not even in logic and hard. I feel like that's a bit of an oversight considering some things that are in hard mode. But
I think like the only reason I would see Osse like this seed's really played out very straightforward for him. So if he thinks he's in a very good spot, he may play a little defensively. Like, just because you're in the final doesn't mean the right answer is just be ultra aggressive at every single point, but because he does have like space jump, some other stuff that puts it in access logic. He knows high jump is in logic too. Like, it's just the grapple's got to be hanging out somewhere. On the flip side, like everything he's done is almost so obvious. He's probably thinking Ivan's doing the exact same stuff. So
I mean, because why wouldn't your opponent do the good route too? That's too high. Yeah, thought so.
Yeah,
that looks good.
It'd be more if maybe if Croc paid off for him or like some of the other weird stuff. Probably feeling a little better.
Yeah, chat asking what are we hoping for at Shack? Yeah, Ice Rod is exactly. I mean, assuming Osse doesn't choose to check this, that would be.
I'll root for Hammer because it's more likely Osse will find it sooner, and it's not.
It's nothing.
If it's Ice Rod, that's almost, despite Ivan being pretty far behind here, that's pretty solid lead for Ivan at that point. To be quite honest. So yeah, that's terrible for Ivan. Like, yeah, this is. I've definitely been in Ivan's shoes where it's like. You make a couple plays that are reasonable. I wasn't a fan of it, but it's certainly a reasonable play to get that gravity and try to play for that. And then when they just keep not working, and the hole just keeps getting bigger and bigger, and you're just like,
yeah, I feel like it almost like the plays they made feel kind of panicky since the gravity play. Or since Meridia didn't come up with anything but that fire rod.
Yeah, I mean, I know Ivan loves skipping Shack Tool and Plasma, so this is... It feels more like I need something already.
Yep. And I hope he's got... Ugh. I don't know how much damage the pseudo screws do to those pirates, so even if this is something, getting out's gonna be rough.
Yeah, they do... You need like 2 per.
Yeah, it's 2 per, so you're gonna take damage on the first one.
It doesn't have... Yeah, probably should have farmed those, actually.
Yeah, probably.
I think 3 tanks is enough to do it. Okay.
Yeah, we're not gonna find out.
Meanwhile, Osse's gonna be pretty much done with SM here shortly.
Yeah, Bunny in chat saying 40 damage, so looks like Azure's agreeing with her. I definitely trust those two, so.
40 and there's 5?
Yeah, I guess the ones
4.
that climb the walls you can get with the power bombs. With power bombs,
Yeah, you get the power bombs.
So just the 4 level left. Or
3.
whatever the number is.
No,
whatever
there's 4, yeah. There's
is
one
it?
on the
Okay.
bottom, too. There's a lot of those guys in there.
Yeah, there are. Okay. Save and quit. Yeah, I think Ivan's resigned himself to have to go through some Bryn Loop Endor upper rec ship. I'm guessing we'll see Bryn Loop first.
Yeah. I don't know, I feel like you put it up this long, just do wreck ship. And again, trying to snag a speed, like... I mean, at this point, it's kind of obvious. I mean, this is the problem with trying to put off Bryn for speed, is just sometimes it's not there, period. Like, you need something in Bryn. I mean, the only thing that was really here was Varia, I think?
Varia, yeah, that was it. And resetting out of BT, which is fine in this situation, because you actually have to do the fight, because we have bombs. But yeah, this will be Osse's 4th SM boss, like he's done with SM, essentially. Outside of a handful of checks.
I'm trying to think of, like... I mean, I went to Dark World so early, we've actually seen most of the game. Like, Osse's... Neither one of these guys are going to be showing us new stuff for quite some time here, actually. It's got to be, like, Dark Death Mountain, or Smith Sequence, or... I mean, maybe Ice Palace, but, like, we would need flippers for that to be logic, so the flippers would have to be in one of those other spots?
Yeah, I mean, if you if you're looking for something else, I could see... I mean, you're going to do Ice Palace when you have the hammer. You're not going to wait on flippers. But if you're looking for the next progression item, I mean, the flippers could be the end of the progression train. So I don't see doing Ice Palace before, checking out Dark Death Mountain. So I gotta believe that'll be Osse's next play. Once he does whatever he chooses to do in Meridia.
Ivan sees that Varia not happy, realizing that, like, this was just so easy to get. Like, I mean, he already knew his play didn't work out in at least the slightest. Gonna be similar reaction when he sees that Ice Beam. The funny thing is, like, we were saying, like, oh, maybe he'll at least get high jump. He still doesn't have those boots to get the high jump boots for any of this stuff, so, like, he's gonna be done with this.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, there's a real good chance he never gets them, because if Kane is go mode, he's not doing bowling. Yeah, I got him. I got him his boot seed, but I just didn't go to the place.
You have to go pick them up. Oh, I guess Ether. Yeah, Ether here too.
Ether could be required. We don't know.
Osse's doing Death Mountain first. This makes a ton of sense.
Yeah, I like
he's
this.
So close to go mode. Wants to not duck it up and know what this TR. Although to be fair, I basically almost won that because I didn't check TR. So I guess it's a strat.
Things happen. I mean, with Fire Rod and Cane, he can get all the way to the bottom of Turtle Rock. It's a choice. We need to find the hammer though first. So you know, if hammer's here, or are we gonna get the classic hammer and Ice Palace seed? You know.
I mean, I think that's Ivan's hope at this point, and then, but I mean, I'm also making that call.
Plasma's nice. Would have been nice to have it a little sooner, you know, but yeah. Yeah, almost impossible to... There's no way you're having that plasma for Lower Norfair. I mean, you could, but I don't think anyone just abandons Lower Norfair. Comes to Death Mountain to get Plasma Beam.
I mean, with Flute and Mitts, I can see bailing on Lower Norfair right then.
Yeah, that's true. You get right back to it.
I think Andy did that in our match. There's the Ice Rod.
There's the Ice Rod.
One of Ivan's potential biggest outs off the table. I mean, really, we haven't seen this Turtle Rock yet.
Yeah, we're gonna see whether it's Quake or not right now.
If not, this is a Hammer Go mode. This is Hammer Go mode.
Yeah, Hammer Go.
Great for Osse. This is, yeah. I mean, there's only so many dumb places that can be. Like, that takes off, like, a Thieves Town big chest. That takes off. I don't even know if there's an island left in Thieves Town, but, like, that's one of the dumb places. Potentially coming back to a Hammer Pigs would be really difficult. I mean, yeah, Ivan's best hope is in Ice Palace at this point, and he just goes. But even then, Hammer's going to lock off so much for Osse. Like, he's going to do that sooner than later.
I mean, what else does he have at this point? I mean,
like
he's got all of West Dark World, so he's going to do all that stuff first. But
yeah, like, Ivan's route has just... A lot of times it's just like, do you do A or B first? And then like sometimes there's like some minor benefits to that. And like sometimes it just doesn't really matter in the context of the seed. The problem is like Ivan's route has just been slower. He's had to do a lot of like doubling back on himself and is without boots for a lot of this stuff. So he's just, you know, not even like execution, I think, just losing time because of the choices he's made. Because like he does have, you know, Skull and Thieves done that Osse is going to have to go through, obviously, but... And Osse's going to have, I mean, a lot of times with no hammer, he'd make a little, like, oh, maybe I don't want to do Thieves, but he's going to have zero qualms about doing it here. Like,
no, Hammer Go mode, you don't care. Ivan not doing Blueburn. Maybe taking that Various straight to Lower Norfair.
Osse not doing the good Samaria strat. We're going to have a conversation. I believe that is the only link to the past video on Cuties on YouTube. Is the good strat for that room. It is mislabeled as rando only tech because it was in low AD at one point. So
yeah, it was. Yeah. Actually, it was even in the Reiko low percent, because you want that with it. I should say the new low percent.
Oh yeah,
because you want that Canis Samaria to do the heart container deletion as quickly as you possibly can. So you do Myra early. You do Myra before Skullwoods. Or there is a route in which you do Myra before Skullwoods.
This also takes Pet off the table because of Pod.
Yep.
And Swamp.
Yeah.
I guess Swamp would also be a good place for Ivan. I mean,
yeah,
good place assuming he,
spot.
you know, he's got a. I mean, at some point you've made like so many dumb plays, you just kind of stop making them. So, I mean, he's got to be able to make that call, and it has to be there, which is very unlikely.
Well, I do hope for Ivan's sake he gets to gets to that wreck ship before Hammer, and maybe he does it right after Lower Norfair. Looks like he wants to farm. I hate this room for farming. Because if you shoot too soon, you get an item. Really you get one of your drops to the bottom, and you have to wait. You know, chat mentioning flipper checks, and of course, without the flippers, those aren't in logic, except there's still Zora.
Oh, that's right. The first chest in Swamp's not going to be in logic, or not even doable without flippers.
Yep.
Or mirror, for that matter.
Yeah, I mean, Ivan would have to have both flippers and mirror show up and be, you know, in Swamp. Have something. Ivan looks like he's going to do upper after lower, which makes sense.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like this ice beam, when he finally stumbles upon it, is going to be even more annoying than the...
Oh, for sure.
The Varia, because he could have just gotten that, gone straight to Dark World, like... But, yeah, the fact that he was doing it on such low health, no CF ammo, like, I mean, he could have done it, like, it was definitely doable, it would just be a lot of farming. So, like, I understand the call, but... It's like, again, with that early gravity, it's like, if you're gonna make that play, I feel like you kind of got to push all your chips in for that.
I does see the myths, he knows he has to do this. So once again, we're at the point where they're going to be retracing each other's steps. Osse does have a few extra things he can do, so he can pick up the smith and run around and, you know, do the chain.
Yeah, I mean, this is...
two pieces of the chain.
We've had a crazy amount of divergence, so it's like... Usually people aren't in each other's footsteps for this long, but they're going to be in each other's footsteps.
Yeah, for a while, yeah.
Because Ivan just came and just did all the big, juicy Dark World stuff that Osse's just now getting to.
So yeah, and I know we've seen powder, but remember that fake powder situation. We can't even get to the magic bat. Without hammer, you need a mirror for it.
Yeah, we could also see a hammer behind mirror in a pretty awkward location.
That would be probably the #1 awkward mirror location outside of having to go into Swamp, but yeah. That bat check. Now, do you think Ivan even goes into Mire with that flute to get back anytime he wants to?
Yeah, I mean, he needs the boots.
Plus Smiths. Oh, yeah, he's got hook shot. He can go in. Looks like he is going to go in. Get his 2 items. Okay, so yeah, so not much Ivan's gonna get out of this. I mean, I guess maybe he goes and is doing this because he hopes Osse didn't. He doesn't know that Osse would have had the cane, but
oh right, he doesn't have the cane. God.
Yeah, he can't finish it.
This isn't. Yeah, this is just such a nightmare scenario for Ivan.
And with the big key right here, that doesn't help.
I mean, it goes to show you with like SMZ3, there's so many options and stuff. Like this is a pretty comfortable seed. Like this is a really nice seed, but you can see how like people can just have wildly different. Because like to Ivan's mind, this seed is gross as hell. Like this is just the grossest seed. But it's just because like you skipped the stuff that made it not that.
Yeah, so. I mean, I know Asher's gone on record as saying that you know, you could have the same SMZ3 and you ask like 5 different people and they'll say, you know, it'll be like they played 5 different seeds. And taking a death trying to get that item, that room, yeah, that spike room just kind of sucks when you're low health. It's only got 7 hearts total. I was going to lose even more time to Mire going back in. And I've definitely had my share of seeds where I've been on either end of that perspective. Okay, nice blind fight from Osse. And probably does dig game, then picks up the Smith, I think.
Yeah, I just realized we actually need Hammer or Mirror to even do Hera.
You're right, we do. I mean, that's not necessarily a bad thing. You get the fabled. If it's Mirror, if Mirror does show up, you can get the fabled Mirror into or Hera into GT. Although more likely you'll have to do Hera then do Turtle Rock, because again, Mirror could just be sitting there in GT.
Yeah, I think Osse would just prefer no Mirror, no flippers, just find Hammer.
Yeah, for sure.
Then just remember to do Hera first.
I mean, if flippers do show up, then definitely don't want to see a Mirror. I wouldn't be too heartbroken to just find a Mirror somewhere on path after I'm in go mode, though.
Yeah, there's not gonna be a lot of path left.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's time in Eastern. Like, if there was, I would just do that soon because it's like, why bother?
No, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure there's not night in Eastern.
I'm very shocked Osse didn't go grab the Smith and just flew back and drop him off.
I mean, heck, he could take the Smith all the way to Hype Cave and be fine.
Yeah, you just take him to the Hype. Just take him to Hype Cave. I think you take him all the way to Catfish because he hasn't done that either, and then just save him, quit, and flip back.
Yeah, that would work. Yeah, get the pyramid check, get the catfish check.
I mean, at that point, like, Osse finishes all these checks, right? What is he gonna do next? Like, because even you're thinking like, oh, I want to. Yeah, I want to save that. I want to save that because I'll just do purple chest. Like, I want to save it for like with purple chest or with mirror or something. Like, well, once you do all this stuff, you're probably coming back to do that anyway. So just grab the Smith, like.
That grapple
not
game. Not wanting to see. You never want to see grapple game.
Especially when you're one from go. It's just
it's so terrible.
You're feeling so good about the seed. It's like, I'm probably gonna be hitting go mode soon here, and it's just like, well, if it's there, it's gonna be a minute, then, isn't it? Like,
yeah, and then you're gonna do plasma as well because you've got the plasma beam. Yeah, that's not gonna work, Osse.
Oh, was he thinking about just doing it right now?
he went first. He tried to swim.
Yeah, but I was saying, was he thinking? Why was he coming over here? Just to do check? Like.
I think he was thinking of swimming. You know, taking the non-existent flippers that he has.
Well, yeah,
and swimming to the other side of Dark World.
Yeah. Oh, swimming over to like ponds. Yeah.
Yeah.
Guess. But why not just go? Oh, he's on Hammer. Right. Oh
yeah,
my God,
honestly,
this could still be an Agaseed if it's over. Oh no,
yeah.
We've seen that stuff though, so it's not. But like in Osse's mind, it could still be an Agaseed. I mean,
he'll still be an Agaseed.
He would just do the camera jump to get over there.
Yeah, we're gonna see desert. We're gonna see the rest of desert.
This could be. I mean, we're running out of stuff. Honestly, I feel like it's just Smith sequence. Like,
yeah.
I feel like not grabbing that Smith was a really big mistake.
But yeah, I mean, what did we? I mean, unless it's like the mirror checks are all not on the east side. Yeah, I mean, it's unless it's Helma. No, it can't be Helma. What am I talking about?
Can't be Helma.
Can't be Helma. Need a hammer for that. Never mind.
Yeah, the problem for Osse is that all that stuff is in logic because Aga is in logic. So
yeah, and he knows it.
Again, it's not an issue for him to get over there. It's going to be a little bit of a trek, but certainly less of a trek than Aga.
And there's still Zora. Zora is in logic with the glove, and if you do it, you're gonna do the other checks too, because you have boots, you have Moon Pearl, you can just set up a water walk and just do it. But Okay. So do we do the? Actually, have no. Okay, one item was the missiles. We'll see if Osse chooses to do land mow if this is not an item in the big chest.
I mean, he's definitely getting it. Wherever the second item is, he's definitely getting it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yep. That makes sense. There's the item. It's not the item you're looking for. But hey, he's got a boomerang now. Because he turned down his blue boomerang over at the potion shop at the mushroom turn-in.
Yeah, we can't be Spike Cave because we don't have hammer.
Yeah, I wouldn't be upset that Spike Cave can't be the answer. Let's see, this will be Smith's now.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think he should have grabbed it. Like,
yeah, I agree.
This is either Smith's or he's making the cairn jump, but like.
No, you wouldn't do the water walk. No, I would do. With boots, you do a water walk here. You don't do a cairn jump.
I think you just don't bother setting it up. Yeah, he's doing the cairn jump.
Okay.
Oh, why is he dodging Smith so hard? Like,
I don't know. I mean, this gives Ivan a chance to figure it out. I don't know. I mean, Ivan maybe does top a wreck ship after this because he's running out of things.
Oh, he's not even gonna bother cairn jumping. He's just gonna do that. It works too.
Okay. Oh, yeah, splash delete. That was really well done too.
Yeah, I mean, it's a completely free trick as long as it works. Like, there's just so many like weird edge cases on it that I don't even fully understand.
Doesn't even want the super missiles.
The problem with using the Ancilla glitches before is I don't think he had a good wall to shoot on. I think that's why he kind of like danced around for a minute. Because you need to be able to shoot those arrows into a wall.
Yeah, because you need the arrows to stay on screen.
I think for a high ledge jump like this, because you need Ancilla to persist a little bit longer, I think like Cane plus Ice Rod works, but that's a lot more finicky as well. The problem here is he's 100% priced into pod, so he is going to end up doing pod, so this is good for Ivan because Ivan did it already. But again, Osse's going to go a lot faster because of these boots.
Yep.
Yeah, and this is, I said this a couple times in this tournament, is that like, yeah, it's kind of slow to do Smith sequence, but like, and like you got something that's a lot more items over here. The problem is this stuff takes so long that it's kind of like a risk reward thing where you just do the kind of gross small thing first to make sure, because you can save a bunch of time that way. Oh god, Zor is in logic.
Yeah, I've been saying that for a while.
I haven't.
Zor is in logic.
Oh boy.
Yep, that is a thing. And since we don't care about the flippers, I mean, no, the other checks are not in logic, but they could still be the hammer, because it could be the flippers that show up at, say, Zora.
Yeah, I guess you, like, aren't rushing Zora, because it's, like, it always feels weird.
1 in logic check and 3 out of logic checks, yeah.
Well, it's not only that, but, like, when the seed has given you everything to get this deep, it always feels weird that, like, oh, yeah, the hammer, it turns out the hammer, which would have given me super early Dark World access, was also in logic.
Yeah,
and I
exactly.
Somehow avoided it. Like, that just feels weird and unlikely. Which, I mean, it can happen, you know, it ends up putting it there and just never uses the hammer. But that always feels more likely, like, if Osse was looking for the Ice Rod, right? I think maybe you would see Zora then, because it's like, oh yeah, the Ice Rod could just be anywhere at any point, because it unlocks so little. Unless something gets put on Trinex, like, the game's not going to force to place. Yeah, there's the Ice Beam for Ivan, who's, again, not happy about that.
Nope. You see him shaking his head just a little bit. Now, it was Ivan that didn't do Croc. So we'll see if he checks that as well after doing these upper checks.
Yeah, if I'm in Ivan's shoes, I feel like maybe this is when you skip Croc and then I don't know. Like you gotta
It's
find
easy for
something.
us to say, because
Yeah,
we know it's nothing. But
you gotta find something that's like somewhere that Ossie's likely to skip, and like Croc's not the most likely skip type of thing. Like you kind of need like just a pure one-off, and you just need to be able to spike it.
gosh, what is even left that fits that category? I can't think of anything but Zora, and you know, I don't see. Yeah, hammerless ice.
Like, so at this
But
point,
Ossie's gonna go there eventually.
yeah, I mean, Ivan's only one dungeon down right at this point, right? He needs to go. Oh, he still needs to do wreck ship. Jesus.
Yeah, it's just that upper rec shift skip was just
Yeah, it
so much worse than the Bryn Loop skip because you know no cane, so he couldn't do Mire. No, doesn't have boots, so he's just moving through the world that much slower. The good news is I think he gets to the upper rec ship before he finds Hammer, seeing as how deep this Hammer seems to be, but so he probably gets boost. But the bad news is his best chance of winning is to find a way to get to that Hammer before Osse does.
The thing is, like,
that takes time.
Because the flippers also need to be somewhere in the seed. Like, it's either flippers and Turtle Rock, or it's actually flippers are next, and the Hammer's going to be behind one of those flippers checks. So, like, I know to Osse there's only one in Logic and Zora, but like, it's actually a decent chance that Hammer's like in Waterfall Cave or something. And the thing that's actually in the bizarre spot is flippers.
Yeah, that could be.
So yeah, I would have.
If that's the case, flippers wouldn't be in Turtle Rock, but you know.
Yeah, I'm saying it's either in Turtle Rock or flippers are next, and then they're locking.
I gotcha. Yeah,
they're locking Hammer because it's like Ice Palace would need flippers to be locked there. I think
flippers so like to be in Turtle Rock.
Yeah, it's probably flippers in Turtle Rock, but like the other thing is, I mean, generally you don't think about like, oh, something is somewhere bizarre and then it's behind that. Like, this is the one situation that it's narrow enough that like it's not an unlikely chance of that. So the flippers checks being 4 items, because I don't think we've seen a Desert Let's Couch. And obviously, Osse can get them with the Ancilla or even just with a boots. Yeah, I think the Zora checks would have been better first before all this stuff. Like, and if nothing, it's just a pendant dungeon. Like, you don't want to do pendant dungeons, like, regardless of the Kieran jump. Or
I mean, if this were a crystal dungeon and you're just missing Hammer, then you full clear it. You come back with the Hammer. You just clear it real quickly. Yeah. You've already found the big key. You don't have to search out the big key. You know, it's a completely different situation. Ivan can do his Death Mountain checks and gonna get his Ice Rod. Osse gonna get the bad news that the last items on Helmasaur are, you know, actually it doesn't matter because it's not gonna be Hammer, so it's the only thing he cares about.
Yeah, and especially because Zora is in Logic anyways, I think that's what just makes the flippers checks like probably should have been the first thing to do here. But I mean, it's easy to kind of forget about this stuff. Wouldn't be surprised if this is it here. It's either that. I mean,
it's gotta be. Yeah,
I mean,
yes. Flip to 8, and we'll see what he chooses to do.
He's going to get his water.
Yeah, he's gonna do Water Walk, or not.
Yeah, I don't think.
Just do. Yeah, you don't. And I don't know if the Water Walk helps that much here because you're just gonna swim to the portal. If you want to run over to the hobo, but I don't think you do that.
I think he was thinking about like preserving it to be able to get the ledge, but he can't Ancilla, so like,
yeah.
Like if he had Mirror, the Kieran jump would have made a lot more sense because you go to Mirror, done the Ancilla here, did all this stuff. Like I would have been, and then you know that naturally goes in the pot after that. Like that would have been, I think, a lot better. But yeah, without that.
Yeah, and again, you don't necessarily expect it to show up in the actual flipper checks, but you check it anyway because you don't want to have to come back here later with flippers if the Hammer is behind the flippers.
Yeah, I mean, there's one of two. Like, basically, there's one of two things here: the Hammer locks the flippers, or the flippers lock the Hammer. So like, it's a decent chance that the Hammer is actually here, or Flippers locks the mirror, which locks the hammer. Okay, so yeah, it was Smith's.
A whole lot of nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be a real big punish for skipping that. And we see Ivan doing the same thing. I think, yeah, like I said. Well, especially Ivan needs a few more things as well here.
No, Ivan's going straight to Ice Palace.
Oh, yeah. That could still be.
Osse, he looks like Shaq Plasma. I don't like this play. I mean, in a very real sense, this is a play that put Ivan here. It's the play that Azure decided to make, that Ivan decided to skip when the mirror was on pedestal, and that was a big part of the difference in that race.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I'm overvaluing Smiths a little bit because it was there in my race against Andy, and then Ivan had it in his last race, so like we've seen it recently, and that was mirror, not hammer, but yeah, I don't, especially like they had flute here. It's, at a minimum, like I could see skipping the purple chest, but I feel like you got to do that blast.
Yeah, I mean, the bigger thing is that it's free to pick up the Smith, and then you turning him in, and then you flute back and you turn him in. Purple chest is a bigger deal because you have to go back into the Dark World, go back to the Smith house, the Dark World Smith house, grab the purple chest, save and quit. Go back to turn that in.
I mean, I guess the counter argument is the same reason you don't scout Criteria Supers, that you do two things at once, right? But like, if you're gonna last location Smiths anyways, when you would have just last locationed purple chest, like, then there's no downside. That like, if you're just gonna last location it, regardless of whether you leave one item or two items there, then do the easy one. Like, there's It obviously has not pulled you back sooner than it would have.
You know, if Osse's gonna reset when he sees what's at Plasma, because no reason to pseudo the pirates there. I wonder if he just finishes Feather Brain at this point. He's got full beam combo.
Yeah, honestly, I would
Plasma.
He knows
he's not going to get. He knows he's not getting high jump boots, which is the only thing left that would make it any better. Well, speed a little bit better, but. Speed's not going to get you baby skip. High jump boots will.
Speed saves you
You're not.
a lot of time in the room before lead knocks.
Yeah, that's true. And in the glass climb room, so.
But I'd probably just kill Mother Brain because I mean, Speed could just not show up at any point. So.
Yep. Also, Ivan not having Kana Samaria to do those tricks here.
Yeah, that can get you in trouble when it's hammerless because it puts you in some really weird and wonky spots. So
yeah, depending on where the small key is, you get soft locked after a couple rooms.
I'm pretty sure Ivan is confirming Smith Chain for us though. So
yeah, normally when you go down with the icebreaker, there's a small key sitting below the rock you pick up with the glove, but you need a hammer to get to it. So if you don't get a small key in one of the chests, if you don't have a hammer, then you're just gonna get stuck in the room with the spikes. The good news is you can kill yourself very easily to get back to the start. So even without mirror. Okay.
So it looks like we saw Shaq open up. Did he do plasma?
He didn't do plasma. No.
But we know Plasma's nothing, so...
We know Plasma's nothing. I'm a little surprised he didn't do it. I mean, especially with Plasma Beam to actually put it in logic. Like, if you're not going to do Shaq and Plasma at the same time, I don't know when you're ever going to do it. But, I mean, it's nothing, so he's probably just never going to do it.
I want to be mean, and I'm ruining it to be on Blacksmith for maximum punish here. Maybe he just was never in no world was gonna do purple chest, but like I said, this just felt like straight up the wrong call either way.
The other thing, I mean, this could be flippers. The other thing, this could be a speed booster to put in logic those last couple of speed.
Or it could be mirror.
Or it could be mirror. Or
mirror
it could
puts
be
mirror
puts
in
a lot of
so
stuff.
much. It puts in 2 mirror checks. It puts in 2 tablets. It puts in Hera. Or
but
it's just right there.
It's just hammer. It's just boring, and we're in go mode. Okay.
I mean, Osse probably does not. Again, that's such an obvious play to. I mean, Ivan is that face right now, so like Ossie's obviously in a really good position, but
Yeah.
Osse probably doesn't feel in a great spot
Nope.
right here because, yeah, he really just like that was he could have had that such a long time ago.
So yeah, if Ivan had just not skipped upper rec ship, he'd be in pretty good shape right now. I mean, he'd be a little bit further behind because, you know, it takes time to do upper rec ship. But he's going to get that hammer, and it's not going to put him in go mode.
Yeah,
he does not have the boots, and he doesn't... Well, he doesn't need the boots. He doesn't have the cane. Although, now that I think about it, missing on the boots, like, if he does skip the boots, and, you know, it's looking like that's going to be what happens. He's going to have to go back to LN just to go to Meyer.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, so it's a. I mean, you wish for his sake it was like the two items were flipped. Like boots, yay! I can get I can get my flute. This is really nice to have. Cane, I 100% need it. Like, if you find that cane, for all you know, boots are going to be sitting there in GT somewhere, and the flute, is not needed as we, not required at all. So, I don't see a world in which you do bowling after getting a go mode cane.
No. So that's...
It looks like, Icebreaker would have actually allowed, if he'd had that cane, he would have given him a small key, so he would have been fine. Also allows Osse to skip the stone key. I expect he'll check some of these more on path chests. Yeah, like that one, that H room with the stone and the small key. That's really slow.
Yeah, I mean it's.
But he's on Master Sword, so I expect him to check some of the faster checks.
Yeah, literally the only two items is the last sword and speed are the only items that are going to speed us up at any point.
Oh, we're gonna get the Hera play from Ivan. I mean, it's a dungeon that he can clear. He's looking for Kane.
Yeah, I get. Yeah, it's go mode.
It totally makes sense.
Yeah, he just the thing about making that wreck ship skip, and even like the same with the Bryn stuff, is like if you're gonna make that skip, you got to be willing to come back to it sooner than later. I think like it's one thing if you're just skipping one item, like I'm just gonna skip. Well, there's that quake. But yeah, if you're just skipping like the wreck ship E-tank or something, where it's just like, if you don't have really good equipment and you don't want to like do a sponge bath, it's just like in a match like this, like if that's it, like, I'm okay with that being the game. But that much of wreck ship, like that's you got to come back to that.
Yeah, I'm not of the opinion that when you make some of those skips like that, you have to last location them. Yeah, that's you hear that a lot. Well, if you skip that, you have to be your last location. It doesn't really have to be your last location. Okay, 10 arrows in Hera and a map. Please put the item on Moldorm. Don't make him go to the basement. I mean, you have to if that's the other item, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, Ivan obviously knows he's in a very bad spot. He's in the situation where, like, knows he's got to pull something out weird. So, like, he's just gonna keep digging a bigger and bigger hole.
Yep.
Like, it's very possible he's not even, because of that, it's possible he's not gonna be in go mode by the time Osse finishes, because he's just gonna do all the weird stuff. Unfortunately, he will be spared from any sort of Turtle Rock shenanigans. Worst case, God, if he finds a mirror, like, that's just...
Okay, it is the item. It is not a good item, so...
See Spike Cave here, too. Yeah, I mean, just... mirror would be cruel. I mean, at some point when you make the... make the plays that Ivan did, and then you feel a little behind, like... There's something to be said for just, like, starting to play it straight and just to hope your opponent also made a mistake. Like, you're not in a good spot, but it's like... They're human too. Like they can make mistakes. They can they can skip something. Like Osse definitely is someone who will skip stuff.
A sword in one of these bad spots would be nice for him. Not gonna check Spike Cave though.
I
Doesn't I don't think we've. Wait, does he have a? They have cape, so he does.
Yeah,
I was gonna say it's in logic. Where is this Ice Palace? I usually like to if I don't have a flute to aid, I usually like to jump in the lake from the top, but I guess it's not that big a difference. I don't know. Oh, he's never done Ice Frog Cave, so he might be doing that first.
Yeah, there's that as well.
And there's Eastern Palace for Osse. That's crystal number 5. So now just up to the mountain to do Harrow and Turtle Rock. Let's hope he remembers to do Turtle Rock first.
Let's hope he remembers to not
I mean,
get
Harrow
stuck.
first. That too. Wow. The Dead Rock's just not playing nice. Of course, they never do, so.
Yeah, it's pretty natural just to go to Turtle Rock here, so we'll see. Yep.
Well, we have to go this way. He doesn't have mirror.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Again, it's pretty natural to just... Then when you think Harrow first, then just, you know, go right up to, Oh, for a second I thought he was going down to that.
I mean, it's possible the mirror just shows up in Turtle Rock, but...
I mean, it's borderline likely it shows up in Turtle Rock.
Alright, this is the reason why you do this from down here, because the fake flipper is easier. You can ancil from the top, but you have to do that. It looks like we're going to get a hobo check from Ivan, hoping to spike a K and a Samaria. Make this Ice Palace a little bit better. Okay, Osse remembering to do Harrow first. And he won't be checking anything here. He'll just do the Harrow pot and finish the dungeon. Blink, you'll miss it. Oh, no. No, no. Ivan, no. Ugh. Mirror on hobo.
Oh no, it was...
So the mirror's behind the flipper, so hopefully he just doesn't... I mean, the thing is, though, there could be flippers to cane. You still chase it.
I'd still chase it at this point.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, what else are you gonna do?
Like, I mean, go to upper rec ship, but like at this point, if it's there, you're just in trouble anyway.
Again, the cruel thing is flippers do have to show up. Like,
yep.
I mean, it's more than likely they're just in Turtle Rock, but I mean, there's nothing stopping them from being on Graveyard Ledge.
Nope, nothing at all.
Meanwhile, Osse's having a Moldorm over here. I mean, for the Osse, it's one of those seasons that it went great for 99% of it, and then, like, right at the goal line, he ended up basically last location. I mean, he did have the I mean, kind of thank God he didn't go to Hobo. Like,
oh gosh,
I thought it was a little weird that he skipped it. Like, I would have.
I don't. I mean, he didn't have flippers to put it in logic, and I feel like, especially with fake flippers, it's just out of the way compared to the Zora checks, and the one check in logic, you want to be able to get to that pretty easily.
It's just like such weird bouncing back and forth of ideas for us. We skipped the Smiths, did all the Kieran stuff, and then did flippers, but left Hobo. Like,
yeah.
I mean, it's just as likely to be on Hobo as it is in Waterfall Cave. Well, I mean, it's one less check, but those are all the same.
Yeah, I just feel like the Waterfall Cave is just right on the... You don't want to be flippering back to the Waterfall Cave after you've checked Zora. Whereas the Hobo is a little bit further out, different out of the way, and you can just fake flipper there.
I would have just done Zora and then I would flip right back to Hobo.
Yeah, you could do that.
Like,
you can get a fake flipper.
And
you can get a fake flipper out of there to get to ice if you want to do that. That wouldn't be too bad. Alright, Osse into Turtle Rock. This is not a blink and you miss it dungeon.
Yeah, we're gonna be here for a minute.
In Go mode, the best you can hope for is to be able to completely skip Laser Bridge. And, you kind of hope to find a sword on the way, but, if you don't, Master Sword or Hammer Trinex, not the worst thing ever.
There's a very cruel part of me that's rooting for flippers. Yeah, I mean, everything went right for Osse and everything until the very end. But even then, like, the rest of the seat went so good that... And it's Hammer Go mode, so it's, like, it really restricted where some of the stuff could be.
Yep.
Fortunately, he did dodge that mirror, which would have been probably bad. But yeah, everything went right for Osse and everything went wrong for Ivan, so it's, much bigger disparity than these guys' skill levels.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, I've seen Osse play seeds where everything goes wrong for him. It's not like it's he's a very, very good player, and we did say this at the beginning, probably the best SMZ3 player in the world. But things can go wrong. They can go really wrong, and you don't have to be Osse's opponent for that to happen. We're gonna get the hammer pegs checked.
I'm gonna really laugh if flippers are here right before he finds... Oh no, he does have... The hammer was the other part of the sequence.
Hammer pegs flippers would make a lot of sense. It is the wrong colored cane.
Gotta pick it up though.
Do you? Doesn't he have cape? Or
No,
does Osse?
He does not need to pick it up in any way, shape, or form.
Okay, good. I was gonna say, I mean, in some situations, you'd open Spike Cave, and of course the other bad thing the mirror does, when you kill Aga, Osse gonna skip the big key chest.
Right. I'm like, why is he saving quitting when he has flute? He doesn't have flute.
He doesn't have flute.
That's just like the old, again, like, missing the boots. I mean, just the boots is slow. But he doesn't have the flute. Not having the flute is slow. Like...
Yeah.
I mean, this is like the biggest disparity in boots and flute I've ever seen. Like...
Certainly for SMZ3. Actually, probably even for really any.
Yeah, I mean, just for anything. Like... I feel like people overweigh like boots event, like how much time it actually saves over but like it only really it only really starts mattering when it's this big of a gap. And it's like I can tell from playing long seeds, it's just like not having the boots, it just makes these things such a drag.
Yep. Okay, is this Spike Cave?
Probably.
Osse's gonna have to dig out the key from the laser bridge. Maybe we'll see the flippers here.
Osse not joining my church of bottom up, the one true and correct church. Yeah, I mean, I understand Ivan's call to skip. I mean, a lot of times when you skip, like he did get something from ship. He got the bow. I think the bow's maybe not big enough. Like the bow always feels big because it's kind of an annoying thing and it's 2 dungeons. But like,
the thing is, the bow didn't actually open anything but pendant pod. Of course, they didn't know it was a pendant at the time, but
the thing is with bow is like, it feels bigger than it actually is because like. You get it, it's like, oh, it's 2 dungeons. But the thing is, the bow only locks 2 items in those dungeons. Like, really. Like, I mean, it can lock
3
more
checks.
pod, but like...
Two, I mean, yeah, key logic can make it lock more in pod.
And then maybe 2
but it's sequence breakable. And yeah, 1 item in Eastern.
Yeah, so logically, it really doesn't lock all that much. It feels bigger than it actually is. So, like... like a lot of times if I get like a big payoff in like Rick Ship, maybe I'll skip. Like, but it's more like a glove or a moon pearl or something along that line.
Yeah.
Like,
And we're gonna get Graveyard Ledge. And if the flippers are on Laser Bridge, we'll never know for sure, but I suspect that's my guess for where they are, unless they show up right here. Super attack. That's not what you want to find.
I guess they have to be like, what haven't we seen? Like, I mean, Ivan has dug out all the weird places in the world. Like,
Yeah, I'm not sure there's anything left other than, I mean, he might find something that we didn't think of, but
yeah, I mean, Ivan obviously just hard committed to this Wreck Ship skip. I don't even know what Ivan has left. That's not.
It's not Upper Wreck Ship.
Yeah.
Oh well, there's the big key.
Of course.
Whoever guessed one, you win.
Congrats.
It means we're probably not finding a sword. Probably not finding Speed Booster. Key on the
Oh
torch.
yeah, just put a key there too. Like, why not? Yeah, you can't actually hookshot. Or the rando screws up the keys.
Yeah, I mean, when you don't have mirror, that's really, really nice, because you can get fairly deep and have to do a lot more.
I guess there was an item on Helma.
Yeah, there is an item. Yeah, there's an item on Helma for sure, because I know we saw the map and the compass
God.
were back to back. Big chest and the.
We know it's not a ped seed because we knew about Kane. In Ivan's mind, it could be a ped seed.
Yeah, it could be.
So he's going. I mean, this is how we beat Asder. So I mean, sure, go for it, dude. Like, it's not gonna work this time, but.
And you know, this is why I'm always afraid to do that Wreck Ship skip. And you know, most
I mean, you
of the
don't
time,
have to commit to it this hard.
So often, yeah, no, you don't. It's so often nothing though.
I think part of the problem is like you go like I'm gonna skip it and then I'll come back with like Speed Booster or something, right? And then just Speed Booster doesn't show up.
Never showed up.
That stuff's just not gonna show up. Then it's just like, well, okay.
Maybe if this is Speed Booster, it takes him back to top of Wreck Ship. But at this rate, I don't know. I mean, he's running out of locations. Whatever this is, he's got to go back to top of Wreck Ship after this, I think.
My only hope is Ivan finds flippers before this ends.
This could be flippers.
That'd be mean.
Well, you wanted him to find flippers.
I mean, it'd be mean for like the seed gen to like put a logically required item here.
Yeah, that's true.
But this is also why I'm so big on like being able to do all like the single item skips. I mean, flippers is the easiest one to do, right? Or at least for this situation. There's also Ancilla if like something is on Zora Ledge, but just being able to skip like items that are, you know, completely skip items is huge. Like that's, especially in SMZ, the big ones obviously grab skip with all the different ways you can do that. And Varia skip, you know, just doing LN how runs. And then Link to the Past has less of them. It's more like lamp.
Dark Rooms is a big one.
You know, Blue Cane, Cape, if it's Spike Cave, being able to skip that. And then, like, yeah, there's not too many more. Bow, you can skip if you do the Mimic Clips, if it's a double pendant. And
I did notice
the hover, everyone's favorite, the hover.
Yeah.
Skip hook shot.
I did notice on Ivan's screen he does not have the cape, just has the blue. So the Blue Cane did put Cave in logic.
Who's Cape? I thought Cape was just like somewhere like obvious.
Well, Osse has it. I honestly don't. I didn't see him pick it up, so I don't know where it was.
I want to say it was like Meyer Shed or something, but like I don't see how Ivan doesn't have that.
Okay, so. Was it also Upper Wreck Ship? That's what chat's saying. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, I would. Oh, you know, I think it was on Gravity.
Okay. Yeah, that's what chat's saying. And we are going to be stuck on Master Sword today.
Oh, one more.
Oh, we got one more chance. You're right. We are going to be stuck on Master Sword today. We did see a Tempered Sword both sitting there in Main Street Meridia, where you can't get it without the speed booster, which we never found.
I was gonna say, where's the other sword? The other sword's obviously in GT. It's gotta be.
I mean, we have all of basement, so I mean, no, I mean, Osse has all the time in the world to dig it out, and he's not going to because you just don't.
Oh, this is a lineup. I like to call this the Andy lineup, where it just is.
I've seen him line up like in that line in other spots, but like never at the top of the room. I've literally never seen that particular lineup in that location before.
And then he
was that a 3-0?
What a good.
Oh my god, Osse.
That's a 2 cycle with an asterisk on it.
Okay, we got a lot of spins. Thankfully, we have silvers to make this faster at the end, but he's still gonna have to do 12 spins in the first round, 12 spins in the second round, 4 spins in the third.
That Smarter Block really helping out there, Osse.
Oh, he gets the nice spot there, although that's more important in the second round.
He's not. Yeah,
oh my god. He's got that half magic if he wants to use Cape. If you do, you wouldn't use it in this run. You would use it in the fireball, with the fire bats. You would use it with the. And we get the double beeps, of course, because that's an Osse thing.
Ivan going into SM.
I don't think he's. What? Oh, Croc. Oh, this is painful. Because not only has he not done Croc yet, he's got to go the long way to get there.
I'm convinced Osse ran to the last bat on purpose now.
Yeah, he just, I can't understand the double beeps. I can understand like normal beeps. You know, I've heard some NMG runners say that they like to have the normal beeps, so it's the same as NMG, and there's a death.
That's the second death for Osse. Definitely not happy about it. Especially that late in a Ganon fight. But yeah, he's gonna be. I don't think if you asked Osse, what do you think Ivan is? I don't think he'd ever say like he's about 40 minutes behind me. I don't think
no way.
Answer.
Gonna go get the fairy drop fairy here, I think.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of a shame that Pyramid Fairy wasn't opened, because then you could get the free magic refill too. Just, you know, the fairy always gives you in SMZ3. They changed in the last update. They changed it so the waterfall fairy and the pyramid fairy always give you green.
Yeah, definitely gonna have to be very careful. He's probably not gonna be able to go to the cape at all this time.
No, he's gonna need.
Doesn't need that much. I mean, he does have lamp, so.
Yeah, that's true. And does have that half magic. Wait, I haven't seen. Oh, he's got to go do Mire. He's gonna just go do. He's gonna go do Mire from here.
Oh yeah.
Totally forgot about that. He knows this isn't an item.
I think Ivan's playing down here a little bit.
Yeah, he can't do Mire. He doesn't have king.
Checkerboard.
Checkerboard. Oh, it's such a bad check in this situation. Oh.
I mean, there's something to be said. You're in the finals, like there is the he's still playing to win here, kind of like he knows it's becoming less and less likely.
I mean, this is a bad check. Spring ball, hello.
I mean, it's a bad check in his mind. It's a very easy check, it turns out.
I know, right? Yep. But yeah, for him, it feels like a bad check. You know, having to go all the way back to LN with the mirror.
Yeah, and this is gonna be the wreck ship here.
Yep.
Gonna get his cane. Never gonna see his boots.
Never gonna see his boots. Oh god, I hate having to do double lamp for Ganon. But yeah, it's where Osse's magic is right now. Does get a nice double though. I think he's only got one shot left.
Yeah, it's just one.
So you got the early one. Oh, he hasn't even done the rest of Blueprint. Fortunately, he can just reset this once he sees it's nothing. Alright, Osse on the second try survives the Ganon fight. And now we'll save and quit and reset back to SM to face Mother Brain.
Yeah, and after, I mean, this really speaks to Osse's strength. Like, after all of this, he's going to be coming in with like a 238. Like, it's still going to be a really good time. Probably also to Ivan's delight at this point, to be quite honest.
See if Osse remembers Charm Plasma. If he does, he'll probably do it at the elevator. Save a tiny bit of, little bit of time if you menu on a down elevator.
And it's another high jumpless, speedless for Osse too, for almost all of the seed. Oh, and there's powder. Yeah, there's powder for Ivan. So
yeah, it's another check. Please don't go do.
Oh, he absolutely is. He's going to do powder before wreck ship.
No, don't do powder before wreck ship. Don't do it. Oh gosh. Which also means he can't reset. I forgot the powder was even down here.
Yeah, and it's just, I mean, it's SGL, so we're trying to get so much done in 1 week, but, you know, doing this as a best of one just can feel bad. Because, like,
yeah,
sometimes this happens to you. Like, if this was a best of 3, I'd fully expect Ivan to take at least one of the games off.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, and if this was one of our regular tournaments, we would, you know, there's a good chance we'd make it best of 3. Either that or it'd be a double elimination. That's, you know, usually would do one or the other. I mean, not best of 3 for every game, but we've done best of 3 in the finals before.
Yeah, I mean, SMZ3 is just so long, it's hard to do best of 3 series for everything, just because scheduling-wise, it becomes... Especially with, like, everyone being all around the world, there's a lot of people who can only play on weekends, and then, like, you can't do 2 of these in a day. Like, you just...
No.
For regular length of the pass, yeah, fine, we'll do a doubleheader or whatever.
I mean, we've seen the results of people doing these, you know, 2 in a day, and it's not been pretty. Yeah, I'm not gonna see a baby skip. Yeah, you're right. We're gonna see that powder check.
Again, like, I commend Ivan for just, like, he very well, if this was like weekly or something, he probably would have played this completely different and just, like, played for, like, okay, I'm gonna play to not embarrass myself and have a decent placement. It's the finals. Like, you got to be playing to win until you see the dot done. So
yep.
I mean, even if this is it, like, he knows it's very unlikely. He's still, but, like, he is doing everything he can in his powers, in his mind.
This also sadly means I don't think. I mean, at this point, he's gonna know it's upper wreck ship. But sadly, he's. I don't think he's gonna see it before he sees it done.
When he made that skip, he was like, "I'm not coming back." Like, that was his plan. I'm not coming back. I'm hoping Osse does it. I hope this is gonna give me, because again, like, we say Osse is a favorite, but he's like favorite by what? Like if you're handicapping it, you give him like a 1 or 2 minute handicap. So, like, that's all you need.
Yeah, I mean, if nothing's in, if there really wasn't anything in the top of wreck ship, we have a totally different situation here. I don't know what that situation would be, because I don't know where those items show up, but... Here's the reset back to SM. Ivan realizes that the only thing left is wreck ship.
Yeah, Ivan will be in go mode before Osse .duns at the very least.
Not by much, but yeah. Dang. He's got 12 energy tanks. Osse setting up for stand-up. Really, for him, no reason not to. And he doesn't know that Ivan's not right behind him, so... Alright, you still gotta get these doors open.
Yeah, you have to open that left door.
Yep.
Very important. I mean, the funny thing is you put Osse's mistake yesterday, today, where he skipped this.
Oh, yeah.
Even with Ivan doing... Ivan almost wins at that point. Well, I mean, I guess Ivan did also last location. You would have thought Ivan would come back here sooner, but yeah. So, I mean, just something like that, you know, it's...
But that is put Ivan in go mode right before Osse's gonna finish. He's gonna do these easy checks here, but probably not gonna do bowling. Like I said, you do this. I still don't see a world in which you do bowling after you find your go mode here. He's gonna grab this location and then just fall right through. Yep. And of course, Weedoc's room, big pain without high jump, without speed.
Are we gonna get the rare left side? Oh yeah. Everyone loves left side. Sometimes known as the left side of shame, but not today. Don't have speed to make this shameful.
And Osse, gonna enter the ship, gonna finish this off and win himself a second championship in a row with an official race time of 2:37.41. GG's to Osse 101, our 2021 SpeedGaming Live champion. And no surprise, Ivan goes ahead and forfeits shortly thereafter.
Forfeits and slams that stop streaming button.
Yep.
Cannot blame him. It just
There's no way I'm finishing the seat if I'm him.
And we're now joined by Osse. GG's.
Yeah, GG's and congratulations.
Hey, GG's.
So most of that seed was going really good for you, Osse, not Ivan. Who's also joining us right now.
Yep.
Basically, up to the point where you ended up skipping Black Splish, which I thought was I thought not at least handing in the Smith was a bit odd since you had the flute. The only reason I could think was like, oh well, I'm going to leave a purple chest, but then you sort of ended up last location it anyways. So
yeah, that was one of those save 30 seconds to lose 20 minutes plays.
Yep, it's a classic. Speaking of which, Ivan, the wreck ship.
Hey.
Yeah, first of all, Ivan, congratulations, second place. Nothing to feel ashamed about. You're in the money. I don't know what maybe Miss. I thought I saw Miss Metroid in chat earlier. Maybe she has the numbers, but big congratulations. But yeah, that seed upper wreck ship, and by now you probably know the other thing you missed in wreck ship. I'm assuming.
Oh yeah, I did. We talked about it.
Yeah. So like it was the wreck ship, and then like, so I guess the first thing was the gravity. I kind of had I think the same reaction you did. It's like, ooh, gravity, I can go get that. But like the issue was like you don't really have Darkhold access with it yet.
Oh, I know.
And like I feel like if you get it, you're forced to chase it type of thing.
Yeah.
Which was like, and I was more. I'm sure when Osse saw it too, he was probably also thinking about maybe doing a skip there or a sequence break. But I was in my mind, I'm like, well, I really want to find, if not speed or ice, at least more power bombs. I know we were talking about the Crystal Flash to get there. Of course, ice ended up being in Upper Norfair, and then with Osse putting off, with gravity being so early, it's like Varia's also probably kind of early then. So
especially once
just
behind
find it so naturally. So
yeah, so I figured I could get it faster if I just waited a little bit. Plus, having gravity didn't really affect anything that I wanted to do, except for not dying in attic.
Yeah,
that's right. You did that. That was a thing.
In my mind, if I was in the seed, I was thinking like, if nothing else, I want more E-tanks. I want to do some other stuff, find more E-tanks so I can do the hell runs quicker, just like less farming, maybe like Crystal Flash or something, more than like anything like that. So I thought that was going to be the main thing, and then you ended up killing Aga, and I think the main question was like, how much of this was? I mean, you're obviously playing. Like the one thing we commented was like you were obviously playing to win the entire time instead of like backing out, which in a championship 1-on-1 makes total sense. Some of it I kind of deemed it Osse-itis, where it's like, oh man, I'm playing against Osse. Like the second you make one, like I played him twice in this tournament. So the second you make one mistake, you're like, oh no, and you start swimming a little bit. I was wondering if that played into some of that thinking.
I mean, yeah. I decided once I found the fourth E-tank, I was just gonna go for once I saw it before getting Morph Ball on East Death Mountain, right? And once I got the E-tank over there, I was like, okay, I definitely have enough to just go get it. I'm just gonna get it and go straight to Meridia, and maybe I spike like speed or boots or something huge. And then only finding Fire Rod, obviously that was not the right call. So I know I've made a huge mistake already, and I left all of Upper Norfair behind as well. I only went for Gravity Suit. So I mean, unless there's the option, and I was thinking like later on in the seed, like I know that he's comfortable with hell runs. He could see the Gravity Suit and go, oh, I'll just go get that now. We have Space Jump. It's not that hard. So my only real out was we did the exact same things, and I just happened to skip Upper Wreck Ship, and he maybe did it, and there was nothing there, which was also not the case. So I don't know.
Yeah, I think
at that point when I clear the entire Dark World after Aghanim and still nothing shows up, I know I'm like I have to be way behind. I got to be way behind. Like there's just there's no way.
I think if you also make the call to like, okay, I'm gonna get the Gravity Suit, and like even though it's slow to farm and stuff, I'm just gonna go ahead and clear Upper Norfair. You get that Ice Beam. Now you can get to Dark World. Like I think that really changes a lot.
Yeah,
because you would have been doing that before wreck ships. Maybe by the time you get the wreck ship, then
you've cleared more stuff. Therefore, you will clear it.
Granted, Osse's still in that situation. Still gets boots a lot earlier than you, has food earlier than you. So there's some that kind of stuff. So, but I think it definitely. I mean, this seed just completely spiraled out of control for you, obviously. So
yeah, and that's why you see me like going through Lower Norfair to check Checkerboard Cave, and Like I mean, when I pulled the mirror, I was like, maybe I'm just missing flippers in upper rec ship or the back rec ship, and that's what puts stuff in logic for me. So
I was a
just
jerk.
have to do all that stuff, and
I was a jerk. And once you found that mirror, I'm like, just find flippers at this point. I just like because I knew I was like, Ivan's gonna forfeit. Like I just like at this point, I want the comedy like level of this. Like
oh yeah, I mean, if I found flippers, I was going straight to swamp.
Yeah, exactly. I was just like, just do it. I mean, we don't know where they are. They got to be.
Well, they have to be those last 2 checks to the laser bridge, or I guess it can't be Mimic Cave because the mirror was behind the flipper. So there you go.
I'm gonna go clip into the laser bridge real quick. Off you go. Let me know.
Oh my god. Yeah, if never did see. So we never did see the flippers. I mean, I guess lava chest would also have been a possibility. Depending, I don't know.
Or actually Mimic Cave, honestly. Well,
no, it couldn't have been Mimic Cave because the mirror was on Hobo, which is behind flippers. So, yep. Never found speed booster. We sadly did find high jump boots. That was like the one thing when you did Aga Ivan that we were like, yeah, well, he'll be able to at least get his high jump boots when he goes and gets his boots.
Something, huh? Yeah, because at that point when I did Aghanim, I hadn't finished much of Super Metroid, right? I did Upper Meridia and the front of Meridia and like Kraid.
Yeah, it was a really early Aga call.
So if I had found the boots, that'd have been great. I'd have high jump for the rest of Super Metroid.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't love the early Aga play, but I mean, it's we didn't know at the time when you did it. We weren't sure whether it was going to be logically or hard or required or whatever. But then Mitz showed up at GT for Osse, so
yeah, obviously, for me, I was like, I could just be missing hammer or a glove in the entirety of Brinstar or upper rec ship. But I had already done Meridia for absolutely nothing.
Yep.
So I felt like I needed it to be the answer.
Yeah. So then the things I was worried about in my end game hunt was like very different from what actually happened. So like I was hoping that he would do an early-ish East Dark World and clear out Pod and Dependence, missing that hammer behind Mitz. That was, I guess, how I thought my out was. So if he just full cleared everything too, because I could have finished this like almost 20 minutes faster if I just grabbed the Smith when I was passing by the first time.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe not that much.
As soon as I pulled the hammer, I was like, oh, that could be big, but wait, he'll have the mitts when he comes through here, and you're gonna take the frog all the way to Hype Cave and then just reset from there. So no, I'm just still screwed.
Should have.
Yeah, you actually weren't that far behind it to the hammer. It was by the time y'all got there, Ivan had just checked Ice Palace, so it pretty much had to be either Smith or Purple Chest, leading either directly hammer or leading to hammer. But
yeah, like we said, sometimes it do be like that. Like Osse obviously has the respect of everyone. I mean, Ivan, like you're right there too. Like I said, like if your rec ship, like honestly, if you're handicapping this match, you're gonna give what, like Osse a minute, maybe 2, and it's like that's the top of rec ship skip right there, right, and then it's all even. So and probably even not that much. So it's like it's really close. It's definitely especially in a final. And like I said, it's commendable just to be playing for the home run. You were the only man coming into this that could have finished undefeated. So we do have Osse taking this with the 1 loss, but is the champion of the SMZ3. So congratulations to you, Osse.
Yeah, like
2 years in a row.
Yep, 2 years in a row.
And 2 years in a row, you knocked me out.
Yep, that's how it be.
Just come back stronger next time. That's all. The only thing I can
There's a
say
long,
that.
proud list of people who Osse has knocked out of these tournaments. So
yep, absolutely.
Also true, and they keep coming back stronger.
I think last year knocked me out in like round of 16 or round of 32 or something.
Yeah, I think when the seeding comes out, everyone looks where Osse is, looks where Azure is, and it's like, how soon do I have to play them?
Oh yeah, and then Osse had to go screw it up by losing to you in groups. Yeah. And then we get all sorts of weird matchups because of it.
With that pathetic 2:30 time in that seed, not even trying. But yes, not sure if that was quite what did it. But...
Yeah, and then for about, I don't know, maybe like a minute and a half, as soon as I saw the red cane, I was like, oh, well, that's just, it's over. I mean, it was already over as soon as, I don't know, Powder wasn't it, or Checkerboard wasn't it, but like, when I saw it in Rec Ship, I was like, I did just watch a seed where he forgot this. So maybe, just maybe.
Yeah.
It was like a little sliver of a chance.
I actually made that joke. I was like, if Osse did what he did yesterday, today, I was like, but I was like, well, but Ivan left this to last too. You would think like in that situation, you would have come back first.
Yeah.
Like, maybe not. So who knows? Like, but anyway, you probably would have been right on top of each other at that point. And then I kind of.
Then it's a race.
And if he just skips that, then he sells the boots for at least the whole seed and the flute. Like that was the worst part. Was like the boots locked the flute. I've never seen such a big disparity in movement, where it's like not only were you missing the boots, you're missing the flute because of it. So like you were just like swimming the entire time. Like it's just like trudging around all of Hyrule. It was. Yeah, it could have been.
And without the flute, getting back to the mire area, just absolutely horrible. So that
yeah.
So I mean, totally made sense. Like that checkerboard check is such a bad check for you, but for Osse, he just flutes there, and if he'd found Mirror, he just flutes there to look for Hammer. But yeah. Also, the sword's really bad in the seed. I mean, we saw Tempered sitting in Main Street teasing you guys. But yeah. I mean, we assume that the other sword and speed probably as well, sitting there somewhere in GT basement, because big key first check big key, which at least saved you for having to get out of the basement in a weird way because Mirror wasn't showing up there.
Yeah, so not having Mirror didn't really cause issues anyway. So it was nice.
Yeah, that and then that the Ganon fight not going as well as maybe you might have hoped for.
Yeah, like if I'm taking part in Link to the Past solo tournaments, should be on top of that. So unexpected death, and that I don't know. I panicked. It felt like that could have been it. Like it's just extra time loss on top of all the other time loss.
Yeah.
And then I had to worry about magic for the second try.
Yeah, it was. I mean, not that anyone can do Pyramid Fairy in this seed, but I mean, you almost wish that hole was open just so you could fill a bottle with the green.
Yeah, it's like I was checking the waterfall fairy earlier, and was like, why would I ever need a green potion? I have half magic.
Yeah. But it worked out in the end. We have Miss Metroid going to join us and say some final words as my co-organizer here. But I'll let you guys finish it out for you guys first, or say what the last thing you want to say about anything, including about this tournament or about this seed. Any last thoughts?
I'll say that all my opponents this year were exceptional, very strong opponents throughout. And then the tournament overall, it's always a lot of fun to have a mix of tournaments for this event. And also, it was interesting to see the other tournaments that are going on. So I was thinking about picking up some of those other games now too.
On top of Link to the Past, SM only, which, by the way, 4th place, not bad there either, and this one, so that could be a lot more. Ivan, any last thoughts from you?
Yeah, I mean, this just like last year, it's been a super fun tournament. Obviously, thanks to SpeedGaming for figuring out how to host all of us. I know we had like a lot more stuff going on than last year. And yeah, thanks to everyone who did crowdfunding for prize pools and stuff. You know, you guys are what we play for, I guess. So thanks.
Awesome. Thank you, Ivan. Before I bring Miss Metroid, I want to make sure I say one more thank you to the rest of my crew. F the Duck joining me on commentary, always a pleasure. And of course, SerioX doing the hard work, tracking everything, keeping us honest. And Miss Metroid, you want to come in and say a few words?
Hey, yeah, just I wanted to take a quick second from the SpeedGaming staff and our admin team this year to say congratulations, Osse and Ivan, for finishing out first and second place in the SMZ3 tournament. And we look forward to seeing you guys hopefully again next year.
All right. Looks like that's going to do it for us. Looks like we also probably going to want to kick us off here because looks like we have a Mega Man X race coming up at 12:15 following us. And so stay tuned for that. And yeah, that's going to pretty much do it. Again, thank you to everybody. And big thank you to Miss Metroid. I should have mentioned her before, and everybody else in the SpeedGaming community for putting all this on. It's been fun. It's been a pleasure to help her put this on. And again, big congratulations to Osse, your 2021 SGLIVE champion, and Ivan, your 2021 SGLIVE runner-up. Thanks, everybody, and good night.